You've put together a presentation for us, Ian.
Yes.
Take us away.
All right. So, as most of you know, Pusha T versus Drake.
Yep.
Clash of the Titans here.
Is Pusha T a Titan?
He's a Titan in my eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Then he is. Then he is a Titan.
yeah, I'd say so.
Okay.
All right. So to understand this conflict, we must go back.
Okay.
2002.
Wow. That's a lot.
This has been brewing a while now.
Jesus Christ. Hold on.
Yes.
I told you this was comprehensive.
This is possibly more than I bargained for here.
A simpler time. The rapper Birdman, a.k.a. Baby, a.k.a. the #1 stunner, releases his debut album. It features Pusha T on the Pharrell-produced track, What Happened to That Boy? It is a jam. I'd say so. It's a great song. But these happy times are not here to stay.
You wrote It's a Jam.
I wrote It's a Jam.
You don't-
I
but-
co-signed It's a Jam.
Okay. Because you're like, it's a jam. I'd say so. It's a really good song.
The PowerPoint says it's a
Okay,
jam,
all right.
so I agree with
I want to make sure that you wrote that because it was
In 2006, disaster strikes.
right.
Rap superstar and Birdman protege Lil Wayne is photographed for the cover of Vibe magazine wearing Bape clothing.
Really? Is that a problem?
Can you imagine the nerve of this man?
Well, what's the issue?
Well, the issue is...
Next slide. I
Next
guess.
slide, Dan. Give it a little spin there.
All right.
Nice.
Pusha T is known for often wearing Bape clothing alongside Pharrell. He believes that Mr. Wayne is stealing his style.
It's a brand.
It's a
Oh,
clothing
give me a
brand.
freaking break.
It's tough out here. There he is. There he is
So
in the
Pusha
Bape.
T is upset that Lil Weezy is wearing Bape.
Yes.
I bet you. I know who's not upset. He's wearing Bape.
Who?
Bape.
Oh, definitely not. So then Pusha T responds on the...
Is there a Reader's Digest version of this?
I mean, if you want to zip through it, there's just not too much. A
Okay,
couple
all right.
slides.
Okay.
30, 40.
Jesus, man,
you know,
what
keep
the
going.
30,
it's fine.
40.
You know. It's,
All right. This is Ian's. Okay.
So anyways, there's some beef. Pusha attacks him, stealing my style. Lil Wayne says, who the fuck is Pharrell? Do you really respect him? He wore Bape and y'all thought he was weird. I wore it and you thought it was hot. So he's calling him out. Pusha T and Lil Wayne are having some struggle.
Okay.
He's looking sad here.
Oh my God. Ian, what the fuck? Ian just took an extremely high-powered laser pointer at the TV, and it went directly
reflected
into
off.
my eyes. Dude, what the fuck? I was like, Ian, be very careful with this laser pointer. This thing is actually illegal to possess. It's so powerful.
There are casualties in these beefs. You know,
Wow.
it happens.
Who would have expected it was me to be the first one down?
So things seemed to quiet down for a bit. You know, everyone seemed to be like, it's cool. Do you still have vision? Are you okay?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing
You're
a
seeing
dot.
a green dot.
Yeah, I'm seeing a dot. But go ahead. Don't let me interrupt you.
Okay. Pusha T drops Exodus 23-1, the diss track that shakes things up. He attacks Lil Wayne, Birdman. He's upset. Things are looking dicey.
Now what caused this?
Over the Bape situation.
Oh, I thought it cooled
Just
down.
over the
It cooled
babe.
down for a bit, and then he came back a little later.
I have to say, so let me get this straight. Pusha T was upset that they were wearing Bape.
Yeah,
I have to say, point against your boy Pusha, because that's some petty ass shit.
it is. But then Lil Wayne in that interview says, you know, who is he? I don't give a shit about him.
Right.
You know, he's not me.
And that
Makes
set him
it
off.
worse.
And that did make it worse.
But
And
I mean, okay.
so Pusha T attacks.
What's the ich?
That's his catchphrase.
Can you get a sample of that?
Do we
Let's
have?
see if I can track down that.
But
I'm sure you can get a couple X.
Okay.
So, Birdman and Lil Wayne are on Young Money Entertainment and Cash Money Records.
Mm-hmm.
The next slide, Dan, real quick. Drake is signed to both Young Money and Cash Money.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Those are his guys. Didn't take very long for Lil Wayne to respond. In the next one,
It's a very small text there you got.
fuck Pusha T and anybody that love him. Lil Wayne is not happy.
Lil Wayne has a lot of weight in his words, right? Like, how did people respond to this tweet? This is from 2012. We are really going way back.
Yes.
Damn, I have to say, I even underestimated you. Knowing that you're the keeper of culture and knowledge, you've going back to 2012 on my ass. Impressed.
There's a lot. There's a lot to unpack.
Did you have to do research?
You
or
put
did
this
you know
together just since last night.
Yes.
Dude, he put this together in like an hour off the top of his
Let
head.
me tell
I
you,
don't think
well,
he need to
off the
look
top of your head,
anything
or
up.
did you supplement
Well,
research?
actually, I have slideshows just for
You got them queued
any
up, right?
scenario.
There you go.
So Lil Wayne and Drake are really close. Lil Wayne's pissed off. Drake is mad. He wants to defend his mentor, who is Lil Wayne. You could skip it. It's just some information, some stuff.
I'm just as famous as my mentor, but that's still the boss. What is we don't need to read all this?
This is Drake kind of sending the little shots on his 2012 song. I'm as famous as my mentor. He's talking about Lil Wayne. That's still the boss. Get hype on tracks and jump in front of a bullet you weren't meant for. So he's kind of going, Pusha T, leave Lil Wayne alone.
Right.
You don't want to mess with me.
Right.
So then things cool off until 2015.
Fast forward, 2015.
Fast forward, jumping up. Meek Mill, I won't use the laser pointer. I almost did.
Please don't. That was
Wait,
very
did you do
unfortunate.
this specific Photoshop?
No, I found it. I stole it.
I was gonna compliment you.
Yeah.
Did you find it on the
I'll
Kanye?
take the compliment.
Did you find it on the Kanye fan site?
No, I can't go back there. Can't go back.
Now let me I want to ask: when you go to the website, is it just straight blocked out, or or it doesn't allow you to log in? Can you view other people's
I can
posts?
view it, yeah.
Okay.
They let you give a taste.
Have you tried a VPN?
Yes.
And they found out and
They
banned
found
you.
out.
Yeah.
That is fucking.
If I could make
bro.
like a plea, will you guys let me back?
Now, are you kidding, or is it really that important to you?
Well, I mean, it's like album time. There's a lot of discussion. I can't get in on it.
But you can read it, but you can't participate. Is that really a big deal for you?
I've got insights. I've got
Right.
stuff to say. I've got PowerPoints.
Right. How many? And I want to know specifically how many hours a week do you spend on that website before you were banned?
I don't know if I want to think about that information. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I gotta say, you're interesting. You're an enigma, Ian.
I don't know. I mean, I'm mesmerized by that guy. So, and I
Sure,
know a
yeah,
lot about
okay,
him. But,
right.
anyways,
I want to know what is your forum name something interesting? Is it something that would make me laugh?
no.
It's just some random stuff.
Yeah, just
Okay.
random.
Okay. Would you tell me if it was?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's continue.
Okay, so Meek Mill comes in. You guys may have heard of this. Back in the day, Meek Mill tweets this out. Stop comparing Drake to me. He don't write his own raps.
Ouch.
That's why he ain't tweet my album, because we found out.
Wow. Big
Meek-
shots fired.
He exposes Drake, says he uses ghostwriters.
Can I point something out
Yes.
that I find interesting? More retweets than likes. I find that to be bizarre.
That was also the case with the Lil Wayne tweet. There was more retweets.
How do you
than likes.
explain that? That to me says bots, if I'm being honest, because who would retweet this and not like it? I find that very bizarre. More people would like than not retweet. Am I wrong?
I think so. Unless there's people who are trying to like stir the pot as well. I'm just going to spread this.
So maybe they're supporters of Drake and they're like, I want everyone to see this idiot.
Yeah.
But I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I want to
Okay.
make sure.
It's controversial. Therefore, more
Yeah.
retweets could possibly be justified. Interesting. Okay.
So Meek Mill accuses Drake of having a ghostwriter by the name of Quentin Miller on his 2015 track Rico. And
Now, can you tell me the backstory on ghostwriting? That's frowned upon in the hip hop world.
yeah.
Why is that?
Which is strange because most musicians use writers.
Right.
Sure.
But for some reason, hip hop kind of has this thing where that is very, very frowned upon.
Right.
But they all still do it.
You think that a lot of them
I
do
feel
it
like
and they,
they
don't
all
say it.
do. Like, no,
Well, I think
I don't know.
I've heard stories of like you go into Dre's office or you go to Kendrick or some big boy calls you in and they make you write their lyrics in front of you on the spot so they know that it wasn't ghostwritten by somebody. I think part of it, if I'm understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, as the keeper of culture and knowledge, is that it's poetry, it's personal, it's your own expressive art,
Yeah.
and so it is a little elitist, I have to say, when you're making music. But I suppose that's where it comes from, right?
Yeah.
And also in a world where they're all like, I'm better than you. you can't really say, "Oh, I'm better than you" when other people are making it for you, right? Maybe that's something to do with it.
That's the thing. No one's really going like, who are the top 5 pop artists? But it's always the debate of who's the best rapper, who's the
Sure.
best.
Yeah.
So yeah, they like that personality shining through. So
It's very frowned upon.
yeah. Next. So through a whirlwind of memes and the release of the Grammy-nominated diss track Back to Back, Meek was defeated by the almighty Drake.
You just crowned him victor.
Yeah, everyone kind of did.
Whirlwind of memes and releases. So, do you have more detail? I'm actually quite curious
Drake,
about that.
I think Drake kind of won that beef because of the memes. He had the power of memes behind him.
So the people won that battle for him.
I think.
Were you participating in that battle?
No, I was a bystander.
You were a bystander.
Yes.
Were you interested at the time?
Vaguely, yeah, I was interested.
You weren't on forums or anything like that.
I was around.
Okay,
but
you're
I
right. It's gotten
wasn't.
worse
Well,
since
Kanye is
then.
not involved.
Kanye's,
so
yeah.
just
He's in this new one, so I'm very
Right,
included.
sure.
But no, and then the song was good. The diss song he released against Meek Mill was very good. However, Pandora's box had been opened regarding the ghostwriting allegations. Pusha T did not forget.
Sure.
So
Who would?
yeah, you can't. It's already been stained on his name. Cut to 2016.
Right.
Pusha T releases the song HGTV Freestyle with the following lyrics. It's too far gone when the realist ain't real. And next, with each of these lines, Dan, slide. Drake has a project called So Far Gone.
Wow.
I walk amongst the clouds so your ceilings ain't real. That they think that's a reference to Drake's
Interesting.
album Nothing Was the Same. These blank
And words.
Call of Duty because their killings ain't real with the questionable pen so the feeling ain't real. So people think he's pretty obviously calling out Drake.
What's your
here.
opinion when you sing Kanye songs? Do you say the N word when you're by yourself at home?
No, definitely not.
What do you not skip it, or do you say? And how do you approach this when you're singing by yourself in the shower? What do you say?
I take a moment to pause and reflect.
Seriously, what do you do?
It's such a dicey thing. I mean,
You're in the shower by yourself. There's not even anybody home. You're singing the lyrics to a Kanye song that you love. You know every word. What do you do when the N word comes up?
see, that's the thing is because everyone says it.
That you say it.
Everyone
You
knows
say it.
they say it because it's like you get
say it.
you have a cadence.
Let it be known. I agree. By the way, you're singing. You're by yourself. What can you do? You get impassioned. I'm just curious. I'm glad. Thank you for being honest.
Do you?
No, me, no,
No, of course not. Never.
no.
All right. Next slide, Dan, please. Let's get
What the fuck is that?
that's just crying Drake.
Okay.
So 2 weeks later, Drake replies on his song Two Birds, One Stone, questioning the legitimacy of Pusha T's drug dealing past. Pusha T is always rapping about how he sells cocaine.
Okay.
That's his thing. Drake is, yeah.
He's not happy about the disses thrown his way, the accusations.
Yeah, he's getting kind of annoyed of everyone saying he writes.
Are we milking this? Is this going too long? I'm actually interested. I'm intrigued.
Said.
If you want to
everybody
kick me off.
Has everybody stopped watching by now? I'm actually
check.
in deep.
Views
The
are up
views
from when
are
you
the
last
Views are up.
same.
So
Yeah. Play the stinger. Play the stinger. Yeah. All right, go ahead. We've been waiting.
Thank you. Drake replies, really, it's you with the drug stories. That's got to stop, though. You made a couple of chops. Now you think you're Chapo. If you ask me, though, you ain't lining the trunk with kilos. You bagging weed, watching Pacino with all your blank.
N-words.
Like, this is what we need to be on, but you never went live. You're a middleman in this. You're not one of those guys.
Wow.
So he's saying all of the stuff.
You're not hard.
Yeah, everything you rap about is fake.
Sure.
He also attacks Kid Cudi on the song, who also brought up his ghostwriting allegations on Twitter.
Okay, so Drake is attacking Pusha T for being affiliated with Kid Cudi, who's been alleged to have ghostwriters as well.
No, Kid Cudi called out Drake for having ghostwriters.
Oh, everybody's
Okay.
piling on Drake.
yeah. And Pusha T and Kid Cudi are close. They're
Interesting.
So Drake kind of goes, you were the man on the moon, now you're going through your phases. You stay zanned and perked up, so when reality sets in, you don't have to face it. Look what happens soon as you talk to me crazy. Is you crazy?
That's a strong. Those are pretty strong words to accuse a man of being a drug addict.
And that's right before that with the next slide, Dan. Cudi had recently checked into a rehabilitation clinic for substance abuse and suicidal tendencies
That's pretty
at the time.
mean-spirited. Now, was his words before or after the check-in?
I think it was after.
Okay, so that's putting salt in the wound there.
Yeah. Cudi is in a rehab at the time. And he tweeted this at Drake, say it to my face, pussy. You think it's a game? I want to see you say it to my face. I'll be out soon.
Whoa, I didn't realize. Okay, this is interesting now. This is actually heating up quite a bit.
It
We're
goes
only 16
deep.
slides in.
Let me
so-
ask you, what kind of guy do you think Drake is? Do you think that he's misunderstood? Because this is mean, and I see Cudi is taking it really very personal.
Well, that was the thing at which I wanted to include this because so many people are going, Drake is getting attacked too hard right now. And I'm like,
He had it coming, kind of.
if
didn't
you
he?
go back a little, he called out Kid Cudi who couldn't respond. He was in a rehab clinic at the time.
for suicidal tendencies of all things, you need tenderness and understanding at that point.
Yeah, and in his lines, he's like, "You talk to me crazy. Are you crazy?"
Right.
And people kind of call him
My
out.
first reaction to the Pusha T diss was that, wow, maybe he went too far.
Yeah,
Or not, maybe it was one of my reactions. But the whole context is fascinating.
Yeah.
Let's proceed.
yeah. So after this, Pusha T drops a bombshell. Daytona, the 7-track Coke Rap Home Run Album of the Year contender.
Well, was it well, we know that the year is over, so album of the year is it?
No, this came out last week.
Oh.
So this is
Wait, we're up
We
to date.
jumped. There was
We're
a
up to
quiet
date.
period. Yes.
And on this one, Kanye produced it.
Yes, he
Oh,
produced
right.
every
This
song.
is the infamous picture. So this just happened.
Yes.
Album of the year contender.
I think so, yes.
In contention with Kanye's.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Who's edging out right now?
I mean, I haven't heard Kanye's album enough.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
continue.
So on this is what really got it kicked off. There's a track on there called Infrared where Pusha T says it was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin
His infamous ghostwriter.
Miller.
Do we know who Quentin Miller is?
Yeah, he's a rapper from Toronto, and
Drake's hometown.
Yeah, and he helped write a couple of Drake's songs from his 2015 album. And then after all this came out, he kind of disappeared. Drake dumped him real quick after this.
You think Drake dumped him, but allegedly he has more ghostwriters swooping in and helping him out.
Yeah, I think people kind of think that is the
Interesting.
case.
Well, the accusation that it's from Quentin then is blatantly false.
Well,
It's just
he's bringing back because Quentin's he's the most known name.
so it's just saying you had a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly. So this was no more subliminal shots. This was a blatant swing at the Champagne Poppy 6 God himself,
Right.
Drake. Pusha also used the track to further attack Birdman and Lil Wayne. He calls them out by name in this song, who Drake is, very close with.
Sure.
So the game was afoot.
The game was afoot.
And we are
Indeed.
getting close. We're almost all caught up
This
here.
is exciting stuff, you guys. Are the numbers still going up, Dan?
We're about holding steady now, but
Holding
we're
steady.
doing okay. We're doing
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
We're almost out
No lost
Go ahead.
viewers so
Go
far.
ahead. Is everybody in bated breath? Go ahead.
In less than 24 hours after this song comes out, Drake fires back on the song Duppy Freestyle.
What's the significance of Dubby?
Duppy is, it means ghost. And I think like patois, I think.
What's patois?
It's ghost. It's like a slang term for ghost.
So what is the significance? He's acknowledging
He's like
that
saying,
he's
I'm
ghostwriters?
making you into a ghost.
Okay, you're a okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So he releases this. He attacks Pusha T. He attacks
I see.
Kanye
Actually,
West.
you wrote lobs projectiles.
He lobs projectiles.
Yeah, I like that.
He says, so if you rebuke me for working with someone else on a couple of verses, what do you really think of the blank that's making your beats? I've done
N-word.
Yeah. I've done things for him I thought he never would need. Father had to stretch his hands out and get it from me. I pop style for 30 hours, then let him repeat. So he's saying he wrote for Kanye, which he did. He wrote lyrics for Kanye West. So there's a tweet there.
Drake wrote for Kanye.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Kanye is Pusha T's boss. So he's essentially
So
going...
what's the difference between writing for someone
And ghostwriting.
and ghostwriting?
Well, that's the thing is Kanye clearly acknowledged, he tweeted saying, I want to thank my brother Drizzy for helping me on 30 hours and Father Stretch My Hands. Those are the songs. Where ghostwriting is you don't tell anyone.
Because you take the credit.
Yeah.
So in the rap world, is it okay if you acknowledge people? It's fucked up when you don't acknowledge and you act as if it's your own words.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
the distinction.
even if you have writers, though, people still kind of look down on that a little bit.
So does someone like Kanye get beef for a tweet like this?
No, because he's like a producer as well. He produces a lot, and he's kind of the same as Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre has a lot of writers as well,
Okay.
but he does a lot of production.
Sure.
So people kind of forgive it.
He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you do that, they're kind of like, oh, okay, well.
He's got a lot on his hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Interesting. So
that happened.
So this is a little more aspect of the drama that Kanye, who's on the other side of Drake now, was once thanking Drake for his input. And Drake is using that against Pusha T.
Yeah, because Drake also in this song mentions that he just was in Wyoming like a few weeks ago writing for Kanye
Interesting.
for his new album, which came out today.
Wow.
So he's kind of pissed off because he's like, I keep helping you guys and your guys are just attacking me all the time.
Right.
So he's getting kind of fed up.
I can tell it's boiling up. This is not jokes. This is not like them just playing around. This seems to be real beef that these guys actually really hate each other, if I had to guess.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty much, and then with the next slide, some other lyrics,
Please.
It's going to be a cruel summer for you. I told Wayne and Birdman, I'm done him for you.
Can I ask you? You have in parentheses Wayne and Birdman. You've substituted out and then noted it properly.
Yes.
Have I seen that correctly?
To bring it back to, because I was mentioning them earlier, because he says...
He's alluding to them, but you want it to be clear. So you've done us the favor of putting it in and properly annotating. I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Yeah. I hope I'll get good marks at the end of all
this
this.
is terrific. This is great.
We got an invoice coming to you, considering we just sold another 20 for you. So he sends them an invoice for promotional assistance and career reviving.
100,000.
100,000. Is that a good deal?
Kind of.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah, I think so. And there's some other lines. He calls out his drug dealing again. And
Go ahead, read it. I'm intrigued. Don't. Let's hear it.
He says, your brother said it was your cousin, then him, then you. So you don't rap what you did. You just rap what you knew.
Got it.
Pusha T's brother he's saying he was more involved in the business, and
He's
Pusha T
taking
was
credit.
just watching.
Got it.
Yeah. And he just keeps saying, you might have sold to college kids for Nike and Mercedes, but you act like you sold drugs for Escobar in the 80s.
That's pretty brutal.
Yeah. So
that's a good line.
Yeah.
That's a good line.
It's a good song.
So basically what's happened is these guys were kind of flirting with each other, but suddenly, in Pusha T's recent album, he took a more overt shot, and as you said, the game was afoot. And that set Drake off, and now the gloves are off, and Drake is saying, you know what? Fuck this guy. I'm dedicating a song just to him.
Yeah. They've been going back and forth for like 6 years now. So
this is it.
Yeah. So on the next one...
Is it a coincidence that both of them are dropping albums?
No, I don't think so.
You think that there's some acknowledgement of each other and like, hey, this is good publicity for us?
Yeah,
Do you think that they ever talk?
Drake already dropped his album.
No. His album is forthcoming.
His album comes out this month.
Okay.
But they both putting albums out this month. Do you find that's not coincidental? Do you think that they talk on the phone behind the scenes?
I don't think so.
Some people think that. I don't think it's as explicit at that, but I think they're kind of like, okay, this is going to help me a little bit with
This isn't a bad... But the thing is, when I heard Pusha T's, that to me, well, that's coming up. But what that felt to me was like, these guys are not friends. They hate each other.
Yeah, I think maybe Drake came into it with, okay, this will be a good little boost. Like the last one, he
was being more playful.
Yeah.
He pushed his teeth like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. The last diss track he got nominated for a Grammy for. So I think he was like, oh, okay, this will just be some summer promo.
Let's continue.
So things are quiet for 4 days. People think it's a wrap, and Drake has won again. That is until...
But I got to say, Drake spent 24 hours. That's not a long time to be able to craft a song.
Yeah.
Did he have it ready to go?
Well, people think the review copies went out like 5 or 6 days earlier. So people think Drake had a copy.
He was ready to go with it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because he heard the diss song, and everyone's going, oh, he released a diss in 24 hours.
But he knew.
He had it for
because so now Pusha T took 4 days to prepare his, which is actually impressive.
Yeah.
Where Drake doesn't really get credit for doing it in 24 hours.
Well, I mean, he probably was still around like 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days?
I think it was about the same time.
Okay.
So he drops this song, The Story of Adidon. This is
now
the cover.
Up. Now we are fully up to date. Now.
Yeah. And this is a picture that he dug up of Drake when he was younger.
In blackface.
In blackface.
And there's significance to the clothing as well.
Yeah, he's wearing kind of this. It's from a clothing brand that's supposed to be kind of like an artistic depiction, but just blatantly seen like this, it does look very offensive.
Let me say this before we get deep into the story of Adidon, when things really heat up. Let's throw it to a quick commercial break. Where were we? The story of Adidon. So we've got Drake in blackface. To explain the significance. How he's a black man. So what? So I mean, what's going on here?
Yeah, I think there's maybe more nuance to it, but it's very kind of. People are having a very visceral reaction. Obviously, it's like
blackface.
It really
Never
hits
good.
you there.
Yeah.
But
especially
he
the way the photo is.
He said that it's from a photo shoot that was about that, right? Like
I personally can't see any other reason why Drake, a person who's half black, would don blackface other than as some,
statement
social
about
statement.
it. Yeah, sure. I agree.
Yeah, and he does. I have his explanation
let's
in here
proceed.
as well.
Yeah, let's blast through this.
So he releases the story of Adidon. He attacks Drake's father, his mother, Drake's best friend for having the disease MS.
That's tough. That's not really something to criticize.
Yeah.
You MS having son of a gun.
Yeah, the way he says it.
You have lines?
Yeah, his producer's name is 40. And he's hunched over like he's 80. Tick, tick, tick. That man is sick, sick, sick. And then he kind of says he's dying.
Right.
So
Shredder is
pretty brutal.
On the tripod.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing, Shredder? All right.
He also reveals that Drake has a secret child with porn star Sophie Brousseau. And
really?
Yeah. And kind of says that Drake is a deadbeat dad. And someone dug up a tweet of hers where she said that. She said, fuck Drake, he's a deadbeat dad.
About the baby daddy.
Yeah, saying that Drake isn't really involved in
wow.
That. So and
Shredder's like really moving Ian's
Shredder,
tripod
chill,
there.
dude.
We're shaking.
And that's like the significance of the song title. Adidon. Drake was supposed to release a line with Adidas called Adidon. That's the rumor. Named after his son. And he was going to kind of reveal his son to the world.
About his son. I find that a strange play, and I guess that's what he's tapping into, that his estranged son is being used as a marketing ploy in conjunction with Adidas?
His son's name is Adonis.
Yeah.
And Pusha T is basically saying that Drake's upcoming line, Adidon, is kind of playfully named after his son. And Pusha T's like, you should give your son a better treatment than using him as like a marketing tool.
Sure.
And who knows if that's true, if he was going to do that, but
it's brutal either way to say.
Because it's kind of ruined his Adidas brand.
Sure.
So when Adidon comes out, everyone's going to associate it with,
Right.
this.
Okay.
So, anyways, and that brings us to now. Drake brought out the iPhone Notes app to try and explain himself and the intention behind the blackface photos.
Yeah.
And so he says,
I know everyone's enjoying this. You go ahead and read it.
I know everyone is enjoying the circus, but I want to clarify this image in question. This was not from a clothing brand shoot or my music career. This picture is from 2007. a time in my life where I was an actor and I was working on a project that was about young black actors struggling to get roles, being stereotyped and typecast. The photos.
Got it. I got it.
Okay.
But I find that a little bit questionable to attack a black man for going in blackface when he did it as part of a shoot to bring awareness to the issue of black people having troubles getting jobs. Seems a little bit underhanded.
I mean, that's what he says.
That's what he says,
but I can't imagine why else would he do blackface as a black guy.
But it is a great little diss. I mean, if he's looking to destroy the guy, so is that
Yeah, that's it.
that wraps it up.
Yeah.
So who's winning right now? In your
Pusha T.
Pusha T.
Yeah.
The last one really put it over the top. Didn't it?
Once anyone opens the iPhone Notes app,
You lost already.
Yeah.
Like you're already explaining the iPhone's note app.
no one's ever used that to explain something good.
Right, sure.
So
basically that alone has disqualified Drake from this round.
yeah, and Pusha T tweeted last night actually saying that he hears Drake is offering $100,000 for anyone who has dirt on Pusha T.
That's pretty desperate, eh?
And Pusha T is like, you're not going to find skeletons that aren't there.
Interesting.
So,
Do you think that Drake is going to fire back? Are you anticipating it?
I think he will, but he's kind of running out of time, I guess. So.
Okay. All right.
Anyways.
With that being said, Ian, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your
Thank
culture.
you for
I appreciate
humoring
you
me.
coming out. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
I can't believe you put this together so fast.
Yeah, like I said, this boy, he ain't right. But we love you here, regardless of that, okay? Yeah, exactly. Thank you. All right. And that kind of leaves us off with Ian, who, as you know, is the keeper of culture and knowledge. And he is here to report on the huge drama that has been sending shockwaves throughout the hip-hop community and the earth at large. He's even been in touch with their surviving 2 cult members. He's been in contact. He has communications with them. So with that being said, Ian, please, I think you were supposed to come in already, if I'm being frank.
Hit him with the stinger.
Oh, you're waiting for me? All right, Ian, get here.
She's just right there.
Destroy the child.
Okay. So, as you guys are setting that up, kind of botched the timing a little bit.
Come on, Ian.
God.
I asked. Never mind.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
What happened? You have an excuse? What do we think?
Are you blaming
what
Dan?
happened?
No,
Are you
I'm not
blaming Dan?
It's Dan's
Spit it
fault.
out,
I'm
Ian.
not blaming you.
Spit it out. What's on your mind?
Nothing.
There's clearly something on your mind that you're wanting to say. So if you have an excuse for this, tell me. What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is Heaven's Gate.
All right.
Okay.
You're going to play it cool? That's fine. But this was good at, burning the time.
I'm glad I could help. Okay.
Destroy the child.
All right. Well, so here we go. So Ian has put together in his classic form a PowerPoint presentation. Ian, once again, is the keeper of culture and knowledge, which we
and
love.
PowerPoint.
And PowerPoints.
Yeah.
Which we love very much, which is an intersection that doesn't cross very frequently. The PowerPoint and the keeper of and youth culture
He's bringing
are
PowerPoint back.
often not crisscrossing.
I want to bring PowerPoints into the mainstream a little more, I think.
I'm glad to hear that.
It's a great format.
So, with that being said, Ian, please lead us on a bizarre journey into outer space and beyond.
Okay, thank you. Aliens, Cults, and Hip Hop, an investigation by Ian the Intern. That is me. You kind of prefaced a lot of it, but I had a little backstory with Lil Uzi Vert, Grammy-nominated rapper, 6 times platinum hit single,
Wow.
EXO Tour Life. Cultist?
Huh.
Do we know? Well, this is the question that I'm seeking out to
Really?
answer.
Nice emojis.
Thank you.
Damn.
Yeah, I had to pay extra for the emoji pack, for the PowerPoint.
Is that
Really?
serious?
No.
You don't know how to PNG
I don't, what's that?
an emoji?
So on July 6th, this is where it all started. Lil Uzi Vert changes his Instagram profile picture to the following. This guy.
Oh, so that's the leader.
This is, this
And by the
Squidward
way-
Squidward looking fella
Look at
Here.
that face and tell me that dude is not on a spaceship with Jesus right the F now. That guy's a cult leader.
Yeah, he's a guy I could get behind, I think. Also, an interesting note, Uzi's only following one person, and it's Marilyn Manson. It's just
Pretty dramatic.
Yeah, it's interesting. So that's what kicked it off. And then on July 31st, he releases his album cover, the one you mentioned there. And then on August 1st, he tweets the following. I never really worry because I will definitely transfer to another body. Please come with me. I'm part of the new movement. Which, those are some ideas from Heaven's Gate.
So do you... Okay, I'm interested. I didn't know that he was actually...
Yeah, he's...
did he get the memo? Because that comment doesn't come around for a bit. I mean,
well, that's what I asked him about. As
well, let's not get... I mean, I'm going to let you do your thing.
Okay.
I'm captivated, though.
It is interesting.
Uzi wants to ride the mothership.
Because he didn't just grab the graphic. He's actually saying, you know, like transferring to another body is like some of their beliefs. So, what all this mean? So,
what all this mean?
What all this mean? We need to know. So there's them side by side. The bottoms there, like here again in T and Doe, those were the names of the two leaders. Doe was the Squidward looking man.
Okay.
T passed away, and then he kind of went a little loopy. That was his wife, or his significant other. They were the cult leaders together. He believes, like it says, as they were in Jesus 2,000 years ago, he believes that he is Jesus.
The guy is Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's trying to get back to God.
Not like he was actually him, but he's been possessed by an alien spirit that also possessed Jesus 2,000 years ago.
Oh, damn.
So Jesus was possessed by an alien, found people, took them up, and then came back 2,000 years later.
Wow.
And grabbed a couple more. So that's the belief system there.
I gotta say, design-wise, that G really nestles into that keyhole way better than that A.
Yeah.
It definitely does. Someone pointed out to me as well that like the Green Bay Packers kind of
Did they
stole the
kinda
logo
name on
too.
that?
The G, it's like the same G.
Oh, dude, these guys are prolific designers.
Yeah.
Like, this design is kind of next level insane.
No, it's great.
Bring me up, man.
Yeah.
Also, like, I have to say, the curvature of the Earth is really, like, accurate.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
just
really
subtle
powerful curvature of a huge planet Earth. But Uzi, on the other hand,
You went a little
too much curvature.
Yeah. It's more of like a cue ball.
Cool.
So this is the guy, Marshall Applewhite. And
Applewhite?
Yeah. Interesting, because then he had them all kill themselves with applesauce.
Oh.
I thought it was
Inspired,
And
possibly?
wearing white sneakers.
a fun little Easter egg. So here's a clip of him.
Your only chance to evacuate is to leave with us.
It looks like he didn't drink a glass of water.
Planet
Is he on
Earth
acid? What the
about to be recycled. Your only chance to
He doesn't blink.
Not blinking.
survive
Okay.
or
Where did this
evacuate
broadcast?
is to leave
He recorded
with
these
us.
tapes kind of as a way to get people on board and up to speed.
Oh, this is a recruitment technique?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, yeah, in March of 1997, 38 members of the Heaven's Gate cult ate poison applesauce, killed themselves in an attempt to board the comet. And they all put on identical outfits and matching Nike decades before the deed. So I have a picture of that in this next one.
Nice. Fresh as hell.
Yeah.
Nikes. Oh, they have a little patch?
Oh, God.
Yeah, they
I didn't know
designed
we were
that
gonna
patch as
see
well, and they all had it on their
That
shoulders.
picture.
Sick.
The Nikes are discontinued and incredibly rare. A few pairs on eBay are going for around $800 right now.
That's pretty ordinary.
The shoe
Well, people
itself,
are watching.
yeah, the shoe itself isn't that nice, but
No, it's just the
It's
historical.
iconic.
yeah, it's interesting how that's appealing. But yeah, the remaining members are threatening legal action.
Now, hold on. I'm fascinated by the fact that some of these guys were left behind to chug
Yeah.
the apple juice. Or not to chug the... You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, they're left behind specifically to do a couple.
Just to maintain the website.
Yeah, I asked them about that.
Am I getting ahead of myself? Do you have information
Yeah,
on this?
we're
Okay,
good.
all right.
So this is their website, like as it looks today.
Nice.
It hasn't changed since 1997.
Love
You
the
could
space
tell.
motif.
Yeah. They really stuck with it.
Whoa.
So I was just saying I spoke with remaining member to get some clarification. So my first thing, I said, had you heard of Uzi before? What do you think of his music? Who designed the original logo? It's pretty eye-catching. They said, we did not hear of him before the 31st.
Very specific.
Yeah, we know nothing of his music. It was designed by a couple members of the group in the spring of '96, so a year before they all
Said, see ya.
all took off. This is not the first time a musician has co-opted Heaven's Gate. In 2016, Frank Ocean used the same imagery for his song Nikes. So here's a picture from his music video. And I was like, what do you think of people using
where's
this?
the inspiration?
Yeah, what is
from
that?
this?
You can see in the bed there and the Nike shoes.
Oh,
That's
that's
and
like the picture.
purple. Yeah.
Oh, what? They're going to... Come on, dude.
Well, I was just curious.
Paying tribute.
Yeah, so I said,
Yeah.
do you find it upsetting or are you glad to see that Heaven's Gate is impacting popular culture? What is the appeal?
Really good questions, Ian.
I was getting curious. They sent me a whole... they understand that it's pervaded the culture, but Frank Ocean was not infringing on logos. So,
Right.
so they're not upset
These
by
guys
that.
are like very...
Business oriented.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
very business. Very business.
They don't mess around.
Can we just acknowledge this is kind of insane that Ian's having a conversation
Yeah.
with these people?
Yeah, I was worried.
How did you get in
but
touch with them?
They have. You can reach out. That's all they do is answer emails. That's
Damn.
one of their
I
main.
wonder if they have
things.
day
And
jobs.
they don't have a job.
They
probably.
do. I asked.
They do?
They didn't say what.
No.
Did they?
I have an idea of what it may be, but they didn't explicitly say.
What's your idea? Do you use that later?
Yeah.
Okay, can't wait.
So they told me that they weren't bothered by that. They know that their information is controversial. Artists reflect the social discussion. Many are interested in the information and that the Generation Z group wants to learn more and are not as put off as others have been over 21 years. We are not here to waste our time. Yeah, eventually they want to seed the planet and break through with their information. We are not here to harm mankind. We are here to educate and inform. Okay. So I said, you were mentioning that you were hoping to seed the planet. I've come to understand that the next level, that's kind of what they call heaven, is only accessible every 2,000 or so years with the passing of the comet. Is that the only way to get there? It's estimated to return in the year 4,380. What are your plans for the next 2,362 years? Are you planning on just spreading the teachings throughout the next 2 millenniums by way of reincarnation? Because they believe in reincarnation.
Okay.
They kind of sassed me a little bit here.
Really?
Where did you get the idea that we time ourselves to space debris?
Hold on. Wait, the comet is space debris?
Yeah, apparently the comet isn't the UFO. The UFO is behind it in like a jet stream.
But he's saying that a UFO can come around anytime.
Yeah.
Okay.
He says the next level created this universe and can come and go whenever and wherever they choose. We don't know when they will return, but will be less than 900 or so years.
Oh, okay, so they'll be no worries.
So they just a quick
Yeah.
900.
Yeah. I love that. Where did you get the idea? I love space debris.
Yeah.
Like, you simple mortal.
Yeah, they thought I was a
Misunderstand.
dumbass for thinking this. I love that they say we don't know when it will return, but it will be within 900 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
You know
worries.
that-
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nathan Fielder would just be like, oh, okay.
I said, when the members left for the next level, what was the conversation like in which you were instructed to stay behind? How many were asked to stay? Did you feel reluctance or possibly relief?
Whoa.
I'm curious. And they said there were no conversations. We received our instructions.
Whoa.
All the group departed by 6 p.m. on March 24th. There were no options, just instructions.
Sounds kind of,
Oh.
there's some baggage there.
Yeah, they just kind of said, okay, this is what we're told and we'll have to do it.
But this guy, there's some real,
Do you think there's some
To me, it
underneath
seems
this?
Yeah.
like he's just like, we're just loyal soldiers and we just get an instruction and follow it.
Yeah,
And
but,
doesn't
like,
know.
you can tell there's some resentment there.
You'd think, I mean, if the 39 people are going to like this space paradise,
There has to be.
but we need you to stay behind and do
Just
our-
like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, they're all doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? He's worshiping the next level.
Yeah.
yeah, we need somebody to
Shit, somebody asked me to stay the night extra to maintain the website. I'm upset. Imagine 900 years.
Yeah. But who's going to watch like Lil Uzi Vert and see what he's up to?
No, I get it.
How many were left behind, and how will you reach the next level?
He's freaking out. Come here.
They said 8 were left behind. 5 have died of natural causes, but completed their tasks in 1997, 98. We 2 are left in Arizona, and 1 is in Los Angeles.
Whoa.
We will rejoin them in a classroom situation at some point in time through
What?
reincarnation.
What? A classroom situation?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Oh, I have no idea.
Huh?
Sounds
Oh,
nice.
we will reincarnate and rejoin them in a classroom situation.
Yeah. So
They're all just chilling in class. Breakfast club.
Shredder.
Shredder, you're messing up our.
Yeah. So I don't know what the
I
classroom.
kind of love this guy. How old? This is kind of an old guy. It must be, right?
It's a couple. The couple that live in Arizona. I think I'm jumping from one to the other in these responses.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
But they must be on the older side, like on
Yeah,
like late
yeah.
60s, maybe.
Because the
maybe
cult
even later.
the cult started around the 70s. So
They speak kind of like old people.
yeah, I'm
You know what
not
I'm
exactly
saying?
sure.
No emojis.
I asked him, "Is your primary directive to manage the website and answer inquiries? Do you have other duties?" I was reading some of the guidelines for the group, and they're really restrictive, down to like they were instructing how big your pancakes could be, just for dietary purposes. Do you have hobbies outside of Heaven's Gate? Maybe a favorite movie or favorite album? I was hoping that they'd give me something.
Uzi.
Lil Uzi.
Yeah, or like we love like Nacho Libre or something.
Right, sure.
But some did internet stuff, media coverage. One was assigned a production task with filmmakers that didn't work out. I actually found that story. There was a producer to make the film, and he went on TV and was talking about it, and he was on probation for auto theft. And they saw him on television in California with the cult and immediately went and arrested him. And I think that's where it fell through. So we work full time to pay for everything and take care of the group affairs all the other times. So no hobbies, no.
We have the duties of providing information.
They're just very focused on their
I
mission.
love how forthcoming they are, though.
Yeah.
They're just like, dude, whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you got to ask.
So
And they got
Whoa.
back to you pretty quick, right?
Wait, what is this?
yeah, they're very fast at responding. So I found that before everyone went on the spaceship, the way they made money was actually a lot of them were programmers. And so this was their old website called Higher Source that they would use to get programming jobs. And this is on the Wayback Machine in 1997. I don't think it's there
Wow.
anymore. So I just looked at what type of websites they designed. And if you go on their website design tab, here's a list of stuff they've done. I clicked on one of them. This is Prima Donna. They designed this
What?
website for a unauthorized Madonna CD that
Yeah.
was not.
Who made it? Who's
the-
thinking on it?
It's Madonna, but it's like a bootleg. And someone hired them to sell this bootleg CD, and they made this pretty awesome website here. So that's how they
Damn.
got their money. It's interesting looking at all these old websites.
I wonder if
Yeah.
they're sitting on like a small fortune from these Madonna bootlegs.
I'm sure it was a big
They're
business.
still working a day job.
I mean, hey,
so
somebody's got to
not-
pay a hosting bill. Oh, they are working day jobs, right?
Yeah.
So I read about the website design. Were you one of the designers? Have you ever considered updating the website to make it a little more modern? I could give you an offer code with Squarespace. And they weren't on the design team, so they aren't still designing right now. So I know. They said, no, thank you. The website is to remain as it was in March 97.
Really good job promoting our sponsor there.
I wanted to, throw that in quick. It looked like they could use it.
I appreciate that.
If I wanted to reach the next level, what are the main steps I should take?
Shredder's destroying the power cable, by the way.
Oh, no.
I read that the next level is an actual planet. Is there an actual hell to like Mustafar in the Outer Rim? That's where
Is that a reference I'm not getting?
Obi-Wan cut off
that's
Anakin's arms.
Great.
The next level is across the universe. There are no steps that can be taken in this era. So if you want to go now, you're kind of out of luck. You're ranked number 7 on Watch Mojo's list of top 10 cults. What do you think of that? I thought that was
How
a
the
bit of an
fuck
honor.
are they still answering you?
I mean, I figured that's kind of an honor, right? We don't think Watch Mojo means that much.
Hold on, bitch.
Ooh.
Shots
Does
at
this
Watch
continue?
Mojo. Yeah. What is the biggest misconception you believe people have when it comes to the group? That the members were weak-minded, gullible, and brainwashed. Just the opposite is true. I read that the group purchased alien abduction insurance from a UK-based insurance provider prior to March 24th. Is this true? This is like a rumor floating around, and it's on their Wikipedia that they bought alien abduction insurance. There's actually a company in the
That's
UK.
the best business ever to be in. How much does it cost for alien insurance?
There's
anyone listening right now, if you want alien insurance, email me. I'll insure you.
There's a company in the UK, and Geico has a report on it that they've sold over 30,000 insurance policies for alien abduction.
What?
That is the best insurance business.
They said that they looked into it but didn't buy it. The internet turned a humorous inquiry by us into a weird insurance event that never happened. It was blown way out of proportion.
Poor guy.
So they just goofed. So this is, in a short way. I asked if Lil Uzi Vert could help carry the torch and spread the word.
Sure.
If he is open to learning with this new movement he mentions, or does he not have what it takes? They go, Lil Uzi Vert would have to make a dramatic change in his grasp of what the next level is really like. It would fizzle.
Right.
So they don't trust him to carry on the
certainly
legacy.
Not.
At a concert recently, this freaked everyone out where he said...
Dude, you guys are basically old friends.
I know.
I feel like you're like one... I feel like Ian's going to show up covered in a blanket with some Nikes on in a couple weeks.
After... I don't know if I'm going to stop talking.
Don't get sucked in. I know. I'm saying I'm concerned.
I've started to rethink some things. I may need to get some insurance.
I got you.
But
I'm sure you.
At a concert recently, Uzi Vert kind of freaked out his fans because he said... You all have entered the rapture. No one's flying up to heaven. Obviously, all of you are going to hell. Ride with me. Jeez. You're already here. So sorry you can't get out. You're stuck. It's over. You heard the songs a million times. You didn't even know. So he's saying that his songs are like a gateway to getting people to go to hell.
That's a pretty foul thing to say to your fans.
Yeah. And
everyone's just like, what?
His fans got kind of freaked out by that.
Expecting like the ground to like open up from Batman or something.
Yeah. I asked, what did they think of this? If you say Lil Uzi Vert fast enough, it sounds like Lucifer. Lil Uzi Vert, Lucifer. And they said he does not know the ways of the next level. Everything he talks about has nothing to do with us. He has to comply with copyright and trademark law.
Dude, what's with Lil Uzi? Is he really like...
Nah.
He's just doing an act.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, that's how I see it. It seems pretty...
This is a picture that's on his Facebook, his official Facebook. Is Lil Uzi Vert starting a Luciferian space cult and dragging his fans to hell? Is kind of the question.
That looks pretty serious, that painting. I don't know.
That's official painting.
Yeah.
On Nicki Minaj released a song this morning. One of the lyrics was like, when I told Uzi to go to hell, I didn't mean it literally. And that's today. His representatives did not respond to requests for comment. I reached out to Uzi's people.
You did?
Yeah. Is Lil Uzi Vert planning on starting a space cult? Uzi Vert demon? Should I be scared of Mr.
I love
Uzi
how
Vert?
credible your inquiries look. Ian.
They didn't answer, and I have no reason why.
Ian. Yeah, I have no idea why they wouldn't answer us. This reputable H3 podcast? No to us? Ian?
It's insane.
How many Ians are out there?
Only one. Moral of the story.
So the moral of the story, really, after all this, is beware of rappers offering you applesauce. You know, it may be poison.
Sure.
Don't get sucked in.
Just don't eat applesauce. Who's eating applesauce?
Be safe. Avoid applesauce altogether. Because what do you?
If you're over the age of a year.
Yeah, don't eat applesauce.
Yeah. Watch out for guys that look like this. Sure. This is a photo taken from their website. It's on the landing page. How a member of the kingdom of heaven might appear. So, if you see a guy,
you got a dope ass tracksuit top on, like some Adidas shit.
Yeah, everything about
sneakerheads.
They're all very fashionable. Yeah. So if you see that guy walking around, you know, look out and get some abduction insurance. Really.
Good.
And that's the end. So that's what we've learned.
Give me some applause here.
Great job.
That was another great presentation by Ian, the intern. Tell me, before I send you out, tell me about how was it reporting that? How was it talking with the members of this infamous cult? I mean, did you feel allured? Because they had some kind of a business-like charm, I'll say. Did you feel like you wanted to hang out with them? Tell me, did you learn anything?
Yeah. At first I was like, oh God, are these people going to, be weird and freaky and try and find out who, like Scientology will kind of comfort you.
Yeah.
These guys have kind of been like, we're good. We got 900 years to chill out. So they're not very urgent. They're pretty relaxed. Just don't mess with their copyright.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, apparently they are not suing. They're threatening to sue.
They're threatening. And now he seems like he may be changing the cover.
He's backing off.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's an interesting story.
That's a shame.
All right. Thank you, Ian.
Yep. Thank you.
What's your side clap?
Waiting for you. Destroy the child.
We're here with Ian, the intern, who has prepared with us another of his classic PowerPoint presentations. Thank you so much, Ian, for taking the time to put that together for us. How are you?
I'm doing good. I've been working on this a long, long day.
It's your life's work. You should say. It's the culmination of your life's work.
The
Now
culmination of a full 24 hours for sure.
You are a
good.
Kanye mega fan. Is that correct to say?
Yeah. I'd probably say top 100.
Top 100 fans in the world?
I'd say so.
That's
Wow.
So if
That's kinda
anyone
scary.
disputes that, try me.
So the only way you could be a bigger fan is kind of by stalking him and waiting outside his house and attempting to murder him.
And wearing his skin.
Yeah, and wearing his skin.
The lampshade.
Okay, so you're just one step under a psychopathic murderer.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
Now, what
Do
is
you
it
think
about?
you're a sociopath?
We shouldn't get into that.
Yeah, now it's not the time or place. Hila's a therapist spying on you. About
You got to
Yeah.
give me the side look.
Yeah. Now, tell me, what is it about Kanye that intrigues? Let me say, are you fans of anyone else, or is Kanye like he's your guy?
There's a lot of people I like, but he's definitely,
He's your guy.
yeah.
And what is it about Kanye that you love so much that intrigues you?
He's probably the only person in pop culture that I'd get close to saying like role model.
He's a role model. What are the attributes that you look up to of his?
Like how his blatant honesty that gets him in a lot of trouble, but he feels like one of the only authentic people.
Interesting.
Like everything he thinks, even though, some of it is stupid, he doesn't hesitate to let you know all of his flaws or all of his issues. And that's more relatable to me than everyone else.
He's authentic.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what you like.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
And we see all the faults and the cracks and all of that.
Interesting.
And it's like, everyone's like that. But he's like one of the few
He
that's
embraces it.
brave enough to be like, yeah, this is how I am, and I'm kind of,
And you're a fan of his music, obviously.
yeah. No, he's great.
He's your favorite musician as well as artist.
Yeah. I love his music.
Have you seen his sex tape? Wait, he never
doesn't
made a
have
video.
one.
Oh, have you seen
confusing
Kim
him with Ray J.
Kardashian's sex tape?
Yeah.
What do you think about it? Any good?
It's not good.
It's not that good. Yeah, it's not. All these celebrity sex tapes are so underrated. It's like, do you think that they intentionally released that, right?
It's like not quite sure.
But it's true that sex tape was kind of what put her on the map, right?
It definitely helped before that, and then she was really close with Paris Hilton and
Right.
was running around in those circles and stuff.
I think I saw on Pornhub that the Kim Kardashian sex tape has like over 100 million views or something
Whoa.
crazy.
Yeah, no, it's like massive on there.
It's pretty wild. Okay.
You've seen it.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
That's
I
good.
don't know if I've seen it.
I mean, you're not missing much. It's a lot of like dude POV, right?
Yeah, it's bad.
Bad angles. You just can't really enjoy the show, as they say. How many times have you watched it? More than
Not often. Just
one? Not
like
often. Every once in a while.
no, not even recently.
Like multiple times?
Now I respect Kim and the family.
You don't watch it anymore.
No,
But before, how many times have you seen it? More than 5 times or less than 5 times?
less.
Be honest.
Honestly, I'd say less. I would tell you truthfully.
Like
Okay.
3, 4.
Would
and
you
so-
like 4.5?
And so, yeah, well, obviously halves. I mean, you have to be crazy to watch the whole thing. And are you a fan of Kim Kardashian as much as Kanye?
Not as nowhere near,
Yeah.
but I've come to like her through Kanye.
Do you see what he finds in her? Like,
Yeah,
What is
What
it
is
that he
it?
finds in her? I'm curious.
I think
am really
that.
curious.
Well, that's another. Both of these people are so hated, like vitriolic, like fury.
Right.
And I think it's a little unnecessary. She's like everything she just did, getting that woman out of prison.
That was
Very
pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah.
And she's actively, it's weird. There's pictures of her she's going to the White House now, kind of semi-regularly.
Just hanging out.
And trying to, she has a whole
You think
list.
Trump's trying to fuck her?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. All right. All right, let's get started. Into the what is this? Kanye versus the world? What are we calling this?
Kanye decoded.
Kanye decoded. Wow.
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll
take
jump
my
in.
hand
Okay.
and lead me in.
Go right in. So, Jobs, Ford, Edison,
Okay.
Disney,
I see where this is going.
Einstein, Picasso.
How many of these? How many had?
Please, I'm in the middle of something here. Shakespeare,
Andy Warhol.
Warhol. Thank you. I forgot for a second. Von
that?
Schweetz.
What the fuck? Dora the Explorer.
Von Schweetz, apparently.
Vanellope von
We're off to a
Schweetz.
strong start here, Ian.
Da Vinci, Hughes, Phelps,
Did you rehearse this?
Socrates. I'm getting to a thing. Tesla,
Oh, there's a
Michelangelo,
third row.
Oh my God, Ian.
Hawking.
Are you trolling me? Is there a presentation or is it just saying people's
We're
names?
getting there. Beethoven,
Yeah.
Jackson, Buddy,
The elf. Not Will Ferrell, the elf.
Buddy, West.
Thank God.
Ooh.
Are you with me so far?
I think so. What is it you're trying to say here?
Ah. A great mind.
These are all people Kanye's compared himself to.
Really?
Oh.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. So you had a thing here.
Nice.
Yeah, there's reason behind the madness.
Okay. So Ian, I shouldn't have doubted you.
Yeah.
So the elf. Who was that? A Disney.
Yeah.
character?
Oh, Von Schweetz.
Yeah.
Who's
How
that?
did he compare himself to Von Schweetz?
He said, because if you've seen Wreck-It Ralph,
Yes.
she's the glitch.
Mm-hmm.
Kanye says, I'm the glitch.
He's the glitch. We're gonna decode that right now.
Yeah, and that is what we're trying to do.
To the Matrix.
Kanye decoded the enigma of political affiliation.
Mm.
A lot of people are upset about, this guy's recent activities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It kind of kicked off a few weeks ago. He announced his new album, Yandi. He said it was coming out September 29th. Yandi is Kanye and Gandhi.
Oh.
Wow, that's not a bold claim.
And here's the album cover. It's similar to his album from 2013, Yeezus. So this is the...
Now
Yandi.
he's making a play on words that he's some kind of savior, but does he actually believe that? Because he has manic states. Does he believe he is Jesus?
Probably in those states, gets close. Especially recently. He's on this whole love thing that
Yeah.
I'll talk about.
Interesting.
But so he releases this September 29th, and then I gave it a little spin there.
Very nice.
SNL announced that he would be the host on the 29th, or he'd be the musical guest. So everyone assumed, okay, he's going to come, he's going to play some new songs. The album will come out. So first song, I'm sure you saw this performance.
I did.
I love it.
Fucking hell.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's catchy. Lil Pump.
Stuck in my head.
Song 1, we're having fun.
Yeah.
We're having fun out here. Song 2, so cool. So cool.
Or does your...
I think those are Ian's summaries of that experience.
Yeah, that's my review.
Yeah.
Came out, played a song called We Got Love. It's great.
Very cool.
Song 3, Liberals Can't Control Me. Takes a turn.
Hold on.
Takes a turn, and
Hang on.
people weren't quite happy about it. He launched into a speech at the end of, he was playing Ghost Town, and then NBC cut the stream.
Wow, they cut him off?
Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this.
And some people are saying, oh, it was just because they ran out of time, but it was right before he launched into this speech, and someone recorded it who was backstage.
Oh, they cut it. It never got aired.
Yeah. So
Wow.
All right.
here's a recording from one of his main producers who was backstage.
Try love, try love, try love. You see, they laughing at me. You heard them, they scream at me. They bully me. They bullied me backstage. They said, don't go out there with that hat on. They bullied me backstage. They bully me.
One Trump fan in the audience.
And then they say I'm in a sunken place.
You can see the
You wanna
cats
see
laughing in the
sunken place?
background.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to y'all now. Or I'm gonna put my Superman cape on. Cause this means you can't tell me what to do. Follow your heart and stop following your mind. That's how we're controlled. That's how we're programmed. If you want the world to move forward, try love. Thank y'all for giving me this platform. I know
They
some
did
of
it.
y'all don't agree.
Yeah.
They
But y'all
cut his
be
ass
going at
out.
that man neck a lot.
Yeah,
And
he
I don't
was
think
off
it's
air at
actually
this
that
point.
helpful.
He's killing it,
I
though.
think
I
the
like what he's
universe
saying.
has balance. 90% of news are liberal.
Well, that can't be true.
Yeah.
90% of
check that one.
TV, LA, New York, writers, rappers, musicians. So it's easy to make it seem like it's so one-sided. And
They're just stuck up there.
Yeah, they kind of held him
free.
held him hostage a little bit.
I thought this country said I could be me.
Also, they're very anti-Trump, so he's kind of bitching them out, too.
I love me too.
Yeah.
I love him, too.
And I love y'all too. So bring the band back.
So that's about it.
You know what? I thought that was a beautiful, authentic, tender moment, and it's a real goddamn shame they cut him off like that.
It kind of gives you context to why he's wearing this hat.
Right.
Kind of feel like they should have kept it in.
It's
Yeah.
not really. I mean, it is obviously very provocative, but I understand. I appreciate the point he's trying to make of like stepping across the aisle and seeing people as people and not. Because it's so easy from the left to right to just demonize. And that's what they do. Because I watch a lot of left-wing media, like Jimmy Kimmel and the Stephen Colberts and all these guys. And they're just, they talk about, and Bill Maher, they talk about the other side like they're just monsters, you know.
Bill Maher is the only one that actually will have a conversation with the other side
Yes.
pretty frequently. But like Jimmy Kimmel treats them like they're monsters.
Yeah.
It's pretty,
So I appreciate the sentiment. Of
Yeah, and there was another part, I don't know where it went, but where he said, like, you guys kind of go at Trump, like, a little too hard, and it's nonstop, and it doesn't really help anything.
Yeah.
So he told him as well, like,
I love how he's like, thank you for a platform. And they're like, dude, we pulled the plug
Yeah.
2 minutes ago.
yeah, they're like, we got to get this guy out of here.
Oh, man. I feel bad. Well, I'm glad that somebody recorded it.
Yeah. And
Or,
there's a
and
few-
how have people reacted to that clip?
Not great.
Not great.
No. There's another one that everyone saw first. Chris Rock was in the audience and he was filming it and he's just laughing. And
Wait,
he's
Chris Rock filmed it? What a weird twist.
yeah, on his Instagram story.
That's
And you could
wild.
hear him chuckling and being like, oh my God.
All right. Well, what do you expect? It's Kanye West.
Yeah, you know, it's weird that he would have that
Who's
reaction.
surprised?
Yeah.
But also, I find it a little bit rude and condescending to laugh at a guy who's trying to express himself authentically.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
listen to the guy. You know what I'm saying?
that's kind of the point that he's making. Because he's wearing that hat, he's immediately labeled like a joke.
And it's like, why can't anyone wear? Like 50% of the country apparently supports Donald Trump and rocks that hat. So why is it like that when you wear that hat? It's like wearing a swastika or some shit. It's like those are your neighbors.
Yeah. The hat it's getting such like a visceral, immediate response from people, and then they don't want to dig deeper.
But again, I'm sure I feel like I'm maybe supporting that too much because then there's a lot of people like, well, I'm not saying one way or the other. I appreciate the act of trying to reconcile these very fractured country that we live in.
I mean, I had that immediate reaction when I saw him with the hat on the show. I was like, ugh, why are you wearing that? Like, that was my first reaction.
But it's all just like,
But-
we're all so sick of politics too. It's like, just fucking make music and entertain us.
Because there's also people that are like, oh, well, he's only doing that because he doesn't really care. He's in the headlines again. And then,
I don't believe that.
yeah, because he kept doing it after his last album came
he's
out.
getting a lot of shit for it, too.
Yeah.
Like,
So the day after that, then he posts his photo
That's such a funny picture.
on
It's like,
Instagram. And the caption, this represents good and America becoming whole again. We will no longer outsource to other countries. We build factories here in America and create jobs. We'll provide jobs for all who are free from prisons as we abolish the 13th Amendment, message sent with love.
I'm not sure that Trump said anything about
peace and love.
freeing people from prison.
Yeah, and then this got him in some trouble because
Yeah, this is less about This is more political. This is like
Yeah.
I support Donald Trump.
Yeah, and then he said abolish the 13th Amendment, which is the one that
This is the whole
ended
slavery.
slavery. But then there's like a section of that says except for people in prisons.
Yeah.
And he later said, I meant the word amended.
It's like, bro, you gotta clarify that. Like that. Come on, you gotta know that doesn't come off good.
Yeah.
With a MAGA hat.
Yeah, and I think he's still trying to be like this. I'm
a lot of
reaching
people,
across.
a lot of people pointed out that like the MAGA hat has a label that says "Made in China," and so it's like if you want to start a movement.
Well, there's this great clip of when Donald was running for the Republican nominee.
Yeah.
He went on Jimmy Kimmel. It was so great, and Kimmel had a bunch of Trump ties
And they were
with the
all
label "Made in China."
Yeah. So then the response to this, here's a couple reactions.
Chris Evans.
Captain America.
Big names. Captain America come with a lot of likes.
He jumped in.
600,000 likes.
Yeah. So his response, there's nothing more maddening than debating someone who doesn't know history, doesn't read books, and frames their myopia as virtue. The level of unapologetic conjecture I've encountered lately isn't just frustrating, it's retrogressive, unprecedented, and absolutely terrifying.
That got 600,000 likes. I don't think people even understood
I don't
what
understand.
he just said. Like, he tried way too hard to sound smart there.
He went all in. He got the Websters out.
Dude, that was straight up sponsored by thesaurus.com.
Yeah.
Seriously, 600,000 people slammed that? I mean, that's just such, I mean,
Yeah. And then Lana Del Rey commented, this one had like, on his right under his photo, this one had like 30,000 likes.
By the way, I want to say once again, for the record, I'm not supporting in favor of Donald Trump. And in fact, I want to say he definitely made it too political at that point.
Yeah. I didn't like that one.
Because then again, it's like, oh, we're talking about bringing. It's like, I like the gesture of healing the divide.
Yeah.
But then he made it political and using these talking points, and so I understand the backlash at that point.
Should have kept it pure about the
Pure.
Just
You got to stick
about
to one
love,
point.
like he was
Pure, yeah.
where he started.
I like it where he's like, don't scapegoat me just because I like this guy, along with 50% of the America. But now you got Chris Evans going to thesaurus.com and writing a dissertation, a thesis, a doctoral on it.
Dr. America.
I cannot believe 600,000 people pretended to understand what he just wrote.
I can.
You can understand.
I know I can believe that.
There's nothing more maddening than debating someone who doesn't know history, doesn't read books, and frames their myopia as virtue. What? The level of unapologetic conjecture. What the fuck, dude? Just say what you mean. Like, why are you writing an essay on Twitter? The level of unapologetic conjecture I've encountered lately isn't just frustrating. It's retrogressive, unprecedented, and dude.
Especially when you're gonna like criticize Kanye for not being educated, then you come up with the fancy words.
I dare you to whip out the dictionary and decode this tweet. Such a pompous like, just fucking say what you want to say, dude. You don't like what the guy says. You think he's uneducated, and
Yeah, he definitely went a little overboard. And then Lana Del Rey, Trump becoming our president was a loss for the country, but your support of him is a loss for the culture. I can only assume you relate to his personality on some level, delusions of grandeur, extreme issues with narcissism, none of which would be a talking point if we weren't speaking about the man leading our country. If you think it's all right to support someone who believes it's okay to grab a woman by the pussy just because he's famous, then you need an intervention as much as he does. Something so many narcissists will never get because there just isn't enough help for the issue. Message sent with concern that will never be addressed. So
that's real beef.
That's beef. She performed at his wedding.
Well,
really?
Shit.
Yeah.
So tell me, how do you feel about what Kanye said as a fan and a student of his?
I think that he's going about it the completely wrong way.
Right.
And I see what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get, like, I think people are in shock because I was looking up, like, what celebrities actually endorse Trump. And it's a real row of characters.
Yeah,
that-
it's not the best is it?
yeah. He's like far and away the most relevant entertainer to ever.
What was the other one? Like
approach that.
Meatloaf and shit like that. Yeah.
It's like Meatloaf. The first one was Roseanne. That was the first one that
Right.
popped up.
Oh, sorry, one sec.
Oh, that's loud.
Yeah, and like Hulk Hogan. You know, so
Yeah.
I think people can't believe because no one else is even getting close to that conversation. Who is popular and
Right.
and-
Sure.
Yeah.
So, and then the last one was from Questlove. He said, you know, we aren't even typing his name. I find it strange he isn't trending, yet we are all typing the same thing. For all that, he's canceled talk. There was an ounce of hope in our souls tonight, but all we got was, well, I'm kind of sad, man. That was about the SNL performance. So, all three of those guys jumped in, and then Snoop,
Snoop went in for the kill.
this guy named DJ Pooh, reposted the photo and said, MAGA music ain't getting attention. So he's saying he's kind of promo.
Sure.
And then Snoop in the comments, make your music again.
Bleep. N-word.
Yeah.
With a A
Make your
at the
music
end.
great again.
Yeah.
N-word.
Yeah.
With a A at the end.
And then he called him Uncle Tom.
Now, Uncle Tom, for those of you who don't know, because Ela didn't know what
I
that
didn't
is.
know.
There was a book, I don't remember what it was called, right, but a fictional character.
It was called Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Oh, yeah, Uncle Tom's Cabin. A black man that owns slaves. So he's betraying his own kind, in other words.
Yeah, so he said that. And here was a earlier post from him.
What the fuck?
This was from when Kanye first put the hat on. He said, the new Kanye, well, all white now, way to go, dude. And edited him, you know. So he's been mad at Kanye for a while.
Sure.
After this one on the left, then Kanye went out and wore a picture of Snoop Dogg on his shirt. And then immediately Snoop Dogg posted it and said, forgiveness is everything. So he won him over kind of
Very
easily.
And then, like, yeah, Kanye. And then I love how Snoop was like, you Uncle Tom, which is kind of like the worst thing you could say to another black. I mean, that is
Sounds
a lot of
bad.
hate.
I don't know.
Right. And then he just wears the shirt.
While still having the MAGA hat on.
Yeah.
But again, it's great. That's what he's trying to do. But
Yeah.
I think Kanye beautifully disarmed that situation.
Yeah, and it worked.
Yeah, it worked. But I was like, so who's forgiving who in that scenario? You know what I mean? Snoop,
I guess Snoop
Everyone's
is forgiving Kanye
just because he wore the shirt.
he acknowledged him. Because that's, you know,
I'm gonna have to use that. Who have I wronged? I'm gonna start wearing this shirt.
it's a move. That's a move for sure.
So,
And then Trump tweeted after the SNL performance, like many,
of course.
you have a Trump. You had one last week. The Trump.
Like man, no, I'm not,
Let's
I'm not
not
gonna
do
torture
that.
it.
Nope.
Like I can do my best as Stephen Colbert doing Trump.
Yeah, that's too
Nobody
much.
wants that.
Like many, I don't watch Saturday Night
Do
Live.
you have a Trump?
No, not a good one.
Like Manny.
I mean, it's all-
I don't.
you do
Yeah, it's
okay.
just this. It's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, we get it.
Please go ahead.
Like many, I don't watch Saturday Night Live, even though I past hosted it. No longer funny, no talent or charm. It is just a political ad for the Dems. Word is that Kanye West, who put on a MAGA hat after the show, despite being told no, was great. He's leading the charge.
Very cool, Kanye. In other
Very
words.
cool. So everyone's kind of going, but why? Why is he doing this? Why is he just, tanking his legacy like this?
Did you make this photo?
No,
Okay.
I can't. It's a good pay. So you got to go back to 2013. This isn't the first time he's done this. A lot of people kind of forgot. He put out his album Yeezus in June of 2013, and then he put out all of the merch. And all of the merch was covered in the Confederate flag.
Wow, that's pretty racy.
Yeah.
Literally.
And so that was a huge thing at the time then.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. And
I don't think we were following Kanye so
Why
closely.
does he look like a midget? Oh,
Kind of like until we met Ian.
I'm not supposed to be a midget, I guess. I ain't either.
Yeah, so a bunch of the merch had it. A lot of people were upset. And here's a clip of him in 2013 explaining why he wore why he wore the Confederate flag merch.
The tour merch, I read, which I thought was kind of like, but I feel like people just want to find something to get.
Yeah.
They just want to get all riled up about something. Yeah. But it was about the tour merch and the Confederate flags and the skeleton imagery and things like that. I mean, do you think people are overreacting with this?
React how you want. Like I said,
it's making them react, I guess, right?
Any energy you got is good energy. You know, the Confederate flag represented slavery in a way. The way my abstract, that's my abstract take on what I know about it, right? So I made the song New Slaves. So I took the Confederate flag and made it my flag. It's my flag now. Now
cool.
What you gonna do?
I like it.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah. And then this was the day before the SNL performance where he was explaining the MAGA hat.
But it's my hat. I redesigned it. I changed the brim. Changed the shape right here. And I put positive energy into the hat.
So that's what he said about it there.
Yeah, but he fucked it up when he started talking about political points.
Yeah, that's definitely where it's getting muddled.
He fucked that up.
Yeah. I think he started with this idea, and then a bunch of sort of right-leaning people in media started reaching out to him, and he started taking meetings with them. And I think then
they got in his brain.
He got
some polluted.
Yeah, he got some talking points from them, and
See, there you go. He's becoming what he hates, kind of. Isn't it true?
I think that he really... I don't think there's any maliciousness.
No, I know, but he's becoming almost a pawn to the... whatever. What the fuck do I know?
No, it's kind of like,
right. I mean, if they're whispering in his ear and he's coming out...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about, bringing jobs back or whatever. Not that that's a bad thing, but it is a talking point.
Yeah. And then, let's see. So that was from that thing. He's wearing a Make America Great Again hat, and then his sweatshirt is Colin Kaepernick. He keeps trying to do this duality thing.
Got it.
These are all the people he follows on Twitter. It's like Bernie Sanders, Trump,
Elon Musk.
And then he followed those two at the same exact time, Bernie and Trump. And then he followed Candace Owens, who is a Republican media personality, and Emma Gonzalez, who is she was leading that anti-gun.
Right. Yeah.
He followed them at the exact same time too.
Exact same time.
It's like immediate. So he's trying to create.
He's making everything a statement.
Yeah.
Only 8 followers.
Yeah, it's an exclusive club.
Interesting.
Someday.
Wouldn't you get
9.
to be in that club? Yeah.
Who is your opposite match?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want
We'll have to find a nemesis for you.
Yeah. Here's a tweet. I haven't done enough research on conservatives to call myself or be called one. I'm just refusing to be enslaved by monolithic thought.
All right.
It's more of just him saying, the hat it's not about policies. I'm not a politician like that. It represents overcoming fear and doing what you felt no matter what anyone said. You can't bully me. Liberals can't bully me. News can't bully me. The hip hop community can't bully me. And here's Kim saying, we would talk about policies and he doesn't agree with the policies. He likes his personality and how he made it to be president when everyone really underestimated him. Essentially.
All right.
And then
he likes the dragon energy.
Yeah. And here's one of his good friends after the performance. He has never said he agrees with Trump's policies, just the fact that no one would have thought Trump would be president, meaning he did the unbelievable, and that's the connection only. Him wearing the hat is his choice, and he feels he's stripping the power of hate that people give that hat by wearing it. He wants to love all, no matter how they speak of him or whatever we don't agree with, because that's how God works. God loves all.
I mean, if he was trying to strip the power of hate that people give it by wearing it, he's never said that.
No, not well. He said he put like positive energy into the hat, but what does that mean? Really?
Well, it means
it's like diamond water. They run it through.
But when asked about
through energy.
Yeah, he washed it in diamond water. But when asked about the Confederate flag, he gave a very straightforward explanation. He said, "This represents slavery, and now it's mine."
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. God bless. God loves all.
And then here's a quick clip. He was asked about if he liked why he is showing support for Trump. Oh, wait, where'd it go? There we go.
So maybe that's what you like the idea of.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the idea of Donald Trump, but the idea of an outsider infiltrating.
Yeah, I like that it showed you that anything is possible. It shows you that it doesn't, even like Virgil working at Louis Vuitton, Trump being in office, it's a time for the unconventional. I'm not a traditional thinker. I'm a nonconformist. You know, so that relates to the nonconformist part of me. Now, you know, but I'm a producer. I like to segue things. I like to take Otis, chop it up, do it like this. So what's the Ye version? The Ye version would be the Trump campaign and maybe the Bernie Sanders principles. That would be my mix and stuff. But I think both had, are needed.
So that's
there you go.
So I don't know where he is with his thoughts on politics.
Okay.
But
there you go.
So really, the question was like, can you turn this into something positive?
Sure.
I don't personally. I don't think so.
And
it's just too charged. Like you can't. In a way, like it's hard to just say I just like Trump because he made it against all odds, without acknowledging everything that he stands for.
Well, I also recall him saying that he redesigned the hat.
Yeah.
He has a Yeezy version of the Make America Great Again hat that he wears. And I think that's fantastic that he made his own hat there.
Yeah, he changed the brim, changed the thing.
Yeah. It doesn't look better, I have to say. He looks a little goofy when the hat fit, like if you recall the picture on Instagram, that's like a total goof angle.
Yeah.
Well, at any rate, Kanye, he's out there, he's doing his thing, he's authentic. Ian, you as a fan, you love him against all odds forever. So what if you could say anything to Kanye right now, what would you tell him? Kanye's right here. What do you say?
I'd probably say, well, first, I think that I appreciate what he's trying to do.
Yes.
But it's like a Sisyphus task. He's like rolling a boulder.
What are you, Chris Evans?
Yeah, I got the thesaurus out. It's like, and I saw some people going, well, like the swastika used to be a symbol of peace, and then they changed it to make it a different thing. But it's not. Once that happens, you can't bring it back.
You can't take the Hitler mustache back.
Yeah, I said it's easier to poison the well than to like purify the water. So
wow,
that's my thinking.
Interesting.
If he wants to use the hat, I think he has to redesign it a little further.
Yeah, I agree.
And stay out of the
get
political talking points.
What he was saying is trying to remix these ideas, but it didn't change the hat enough. Like, well, he just changed the fit. It looks exactly
my pitch. I've got a pitch. This isn't the redesigned one. But you've got, the Democrats are typically blue. Republicans are red. The Trump hat is very red. Blue and red combined.
Purple. There it is.
Purple.
Make America Great Again. That's a brilliant idea, Ian.
You change it to purple.
Ian's got good ideas.
Just a plain hat? What's the graphic?
Well, with Make America Great Again, right?
Well, then you change the slogan as well. I looked it up. I went to the meanings of colors, and I was. I was digging into it.
I was like, what the hell? Okay.
Violet, the color of spirituality, the energy of red with the calm.
Who decides what color means?
A lot of these are marketing companies. This color plays very heavily into that.
Okay. This is like, got it.
A color that inspires reflection and self-awareness. It is the color of the sensitive, compassionate, intuitive soul. Violet has long been associated with royalty and characteristics of quality and luxury.
Wow.
Now, if you go back to his album cover, the sticker on it was violet.
Yes. You think he's onto this already?
No, but I'm trying to leave.
Dude, that Kanye, I think you got to keep the Make America Great Again, because then you have both colors, the same meaning. If you go away from the phrase, it becomes something too different. Combine them, Kanye, who is listening for sure.
Obviously.
Listen to Ian. He's got great advice.
I think, or the slogan, I think you could it could go both ways, but I think the color would be a good change. Maybe Make America Great. Because it wasn't,
Not again.
Not everyone, it wasn't great for all people at any point.
Yeah.
And Kanye, he has this whole thing. He's always talking about, oh, we teach history class. Why don't we teach future class?
Right.
That's his whole thing. So look forward.
Let's make it great.
Make America great.
Let's stop looking
Is
back.
that not Will I Am? That's Kanye.
Yeah, maybe both.
That's a diss.
Maybe took a little from him. Make America unified.
Yeah.
Combination.
Okay.
Or make America love.
Okay, that's a little corny, Ian.
All right, I don't know.
A little corny. Come here, Barry.
Well, I wanted to appease all the people out there, and I like the great.
Kanye's out.
Kanye just took the stream.
He's out. He's closed the stream.
Make America Great. I do like that one.
Okay.
I think so. Change the color, change the brim, all that.
Everybody tweet to Kanye. Let him know. I think we got ideas here.
If he did that, then maybe I'd buy one.
And do you think that if Kanye adopted your idea from the show, would they give you back membership to the Kanye forum that you were banned from?
Didn't you already get it back?
Well,
no, I don't think you did.
No?
Or did you get rebanned?
I'm back, but they don't know I'm there.
Oh, you have a new account. Yeah. But they couldn't know who's you.
I'm high, and they're on to me. That's
a weird game you roll with.
Someone commented the other day, and they were like, the way you type makes it seem like you've been here a lot longer than your registration date.
They all know each other, huh?
Yeah.
Community is weird.
How many active members does that community have?
Well, there's like 10,000 people on there, but then there's really heavy people on.
And you're heavy.
Yeah.
How many hours a day are you on that?
Well, not as much now, because if I use it at home, they'll trace my IP.
Oh my God, Ian. All right.
I'm in deep.
Yeah,
you
clearly.
know, the hat should say unban Ian from the forum, I think. But
that's funny. We got to make one of those.
Anyway,
the end. Well, thank you for decoding Kanye. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. I see you're repping that there on your hoodie.
Yes, rest in peace.
And Ian, thank you so much for your presentation. We wish you all the best. You can leave now. Thank you so much. We all love Ian.
We've been waiting for you.
Thank you very much, Ian. All right. Ian, you want to sit here? You can control the... Oh, kill him. Good. Oh, yeah, thank you. He's coming! So you don't want to...
it's fine. I mean, it's not...
Okay, so, Ian, first of all, tell me, how did you come to Coachella? Tell me the lead up.
I was in my car. I was at the gym, and I was on my phone in between things, and then I saw that Kim announced that Kanye was going to be there, and I sprinted out of the gym like that minute and ran to my car, grabbed my card, and bought it in the parking lot of the gym. So I was like, I gotta go.
What do you buy exactly? It's a Coachella weekend ticket?
Yeah, you can't buy singles. You have to buy a full 3-day.
And how much was the ticket?
It was like, well, the fees kill you. The fees are so crazy. So that added like an extra $100. But it was like
for a fee?
Yeah.
What kind of fee?
Because
is
it
that?
was listed on StubHub at like $350, but then the fees put it up to like $460.
What the hell kind of bullshit fees is that? So that's an original. You didn't get an aftermarket ticket, did you?
Well, that was they had it listed as $360. It was aftermarket though.
Oh, I see.
But
so
then the StubHub took up so much money from that.
Now, Ian, I've never been a fan of anything in my life quite like you are with Kanye. You genuinely tend to be towards the fandom spectrum, right? Like you're a fan of things.
Not like to this level. I don't like anything that much usually.
You're a
but
fan
I like things. I do like things.
Yeah, you're a man who likes things.
Well, you like Game of Thrones and stuff. You're a big fan of that.
Not like
right?
that.
No.
Not like that.
I don't think most people are like this much, but you know.
But Kanye does have I'm going to say cult for lack of a better word. He does have a strong central fan base.
Yeah.
So you're not the only one who's being allured by whatever magnetism he has.
No, there's a bunch. Yeah, there's a lot out there.
And so you went there by yourself.
Yeah.
On Friday after our show.
Mm-hmm.
And did you immediately make friends? What was the situation like?
I met people pretty quick.
Yeah.
It didn't take long because I don't know. Everyone's just there to have fun and have a good time. And
right.
I think there are a lot of people that go alone too. Meeting people like that.
And did anyone recognize you?
No.
Interesting.
Well, I had a bandana over my face too, like most of the time, because the dust there is so bad.
Right. Were you hoping someone would recognize you?
No.
Yeah, you were.
No, I'm good.
Even a little bit?
I'm good.
Because you are famous in the Kanye community.
Well, not enough, I guess.
Yeah, not enough.
Not
apparently.
but yeah, no, it was fine.
Did you have to build a tent?
Yeah.
How long
And
did that take
it
you?
was awful because the winds there are so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the first night my tent came undone and I slammed into my neighbor's tent.
While you were sleeping in it.
Yeah.
Who was in the tent? Was it a guy or a girl?
It was girls.
Nice. Anything hit? Did you?
I don't
get
think
them?
that's a great opener. Like, hey, just smash the shit out of your tent. What are you doing tomorrow?
Did it go anywhere?
This was like at 3 a.m.
Yeah, but
they were
did
like, please get away from me.
But did you hit him up the next day?
No, I didn't see them actually again.
Did you?
Everyone leaves at different times.
And did you see what they looked like though in the middle of the night?
No.
You didn't even get to see if they were like.
No. I was so embarrassed by that. But then the next night, my other neighbor's tent slammed into mine. So
the pecking order.
Every time I'd go to the campsite at night, there would be like shredded tents all over.
Sounds a little fire festival-y.
Yeah, it was kind of, the wind was so bad. Actually, in one of the tents or one of the stages, the wind was so bad. It was this big outdoor stage, and they have this huge overhang. And it was shaking so much. People around me were leaving because they were nervous.
Oh,
that
wow.
shit would fall down. And something actually fell and landed on this girl, and she went to the hospital.
Oh, my goodness.
God.
I don't know what happened with her, actually.
And how close was that to your tent?
Well, that was at one of the stages.
Okay.
That was further
And
away.
did you ever consider leaving because the wind was a hazard?
No.
Never.
It was at Kid Cudi. Kanye was going to come out.
You were willing to
What
die for
happens,
that.
happens,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah.
And so, do you have like public showers? Do you shower?
Yeah, there's
Oh.
showers there.
And what do you eat?
That's the problem. They have awful. It's like so much junk food and things like that. So
They sell food there.
yeah, but it's so overpriced. It's like $15 a slice of pizza.
Oh.
Yeah.
$100 service fees, $15 slice of pizza. Sounds like just where I want to be.
And
what did you eat though?
I mean, I ate pizza.
Yeah, you got
and
that.
things like that.
How was the pizza?
It was okay, but
How
not
would you rank it on
$15
a tier
pizza.
scale? Yeah.
It's a D tier.
Yeah, exactly.
Pizza. But yeah, so you guys have gone to music festival, right? You have video.
Not
from
like
one.
that.
No, it's
Not like that.
I mean, for a video, but it was kind of like behind
Well, it wasn't overnight either.
stage. Yeah.
We popped in for an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an ordeal.
Okay.
And what do you leave in your tent? Like, I wonder about your stuff. Do you?
I kind of would hide it in my tent under like dirty clothes and stuff, the
Dirty
valuable
undies?
stuff, everything dirty.
That's an
dirty
interesting
stuff.
strategy to hide your valuables in dirty undies. I dare you to take this.
Yeah, because no one's, I mean, hopefully not digging through there.
So here's the pictures. Let's start here.
Yeah.
So you went primarily for a Kanye Sunday service.
Yeah, so that doors open at 6, and so I got up at 5 and got in line by like 5:20.
So it seems like a large crowd.
Yeah, so these are pictures I took. So I waited 4 hours, but I'm basically at the front. So
Were you against the railing in the front?
There was one person in front of me.
And all those, you could have elbowed your way up there though, right?
Well, the problem is
a free for all.
I mean, yeah, you could have, but no, it's positive vibes.
Yeah, right. I'd be throwing elbows if I was you. Wait 4 hours.
Well, you kind of had a choice where it was actually when the doors opened, the line just collapsed. The woman just kind of went, they had to hold us back. And she was like, everyone, please walk. We are now letting people in. And then immediately everyone started sprinting.
Oh my God.
So this
It's like
whole
a Black
giant
Friday sale.
Yeah, this whole giant field, they like let in at the same time.
Oh,
and
God.
people were just running.
Did you run?
Yeah.
Did you sprint?
I was sprinting.
Were you with
yeah.
other people?
Oh my God.
The guys next to me I was talking to, but then we split up because some of us went to the
It's
hill.
survival mode. when
So
you're
you
running.
basically sprinted off by yourself.
Everyone was
free-for-all.
flat out running. Yeah.
Oh my God, what a scene.
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
Yeah. Well, because there was one way was the hill and then the other way was the merch tent. So you had to decide what you're going
Oh,
for.
You went for
what'd
the
you
hill.
pick?
I went to the merch.
You just got the merch on.
Oh, because is it limited?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish our merch was that hot.
And then after like
TeddyFresh.com.
after like 20 minutes, the merch line was like hundreds of people long. So
So you picked right.
yeah, I went there and then got to the hill and I pretty much got
Now, how much you're wearing one of the merch crew necks right now? How much was that?
160.
So how much did you spend in all Friday?
I spent a lot of money.
You must have spent like $1,000.
I spent
Maybe
yeah, I did.
more.
But I don't go I haven't gone on vacation in like 5 years.
No, you're
I don't do
responsible.
anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this was like once I was there, I was like, okay, I will get a slice of pizza. I'm
going to treat myself.
Yeah. I'm gonna have fun. I don't do that often.
That's Coachella. I'm going to treat myself and eat one slice of pizza in 2 days.
One slice of pizza.
And so this was 160. You got 2 of them, one for resale, right?
Just in case, yeah. Or if my brother wants it, yeah.
And what are those reselling for?
I saw a few like 350, 300.
Wow.
So
Very good.
I actually saw a picture. Is it not here? I saw a picture of somebody selling grass.
Yeah, it is in there.
It's in your thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw someone actually sold successfully on eBay a clump of grass.
Yeah.
So you didn't think to?
I didn't think about the grass. I blew it. That was a mistake.
Actually, I saw people even selling bags of air.
That is funny. That's a funny.
And I'm pretty sure they sold it too. So
yeah, those are in that folder. The pictures of.
What about germs?
Cough in a bag.
Yeah.
So Ian, you went from the merch, but then you kind of must have had to elbow your way to the front if you went to the merch first.
Not really, because since I got there so early, it was fine. I was able to do it. But
and while you were in line, were you strategizing like, should I go to the gate or should I go to the merch?
I was figuring, yeah. My mind was raced all the.
And what were the options that you weighed? What were the pros and cons of the merch for you?
Well, the merch, I went, well, if I get a couple of these and it helps pay for this crazy amount I've been spending on pizza, I'll feel a little better mentally,
right,
for the show,
right.
So it was an investment run.
Was there people at the merch booth buying like tons of shit? Was there a spot? There wasn't a limit?
A guy next to me, he spent like $3,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many bags do you have? You should have robbed his ass.
I know. These guys are walking around. Because they were selling socks for $50.
Mm-hmm.
And so he bought like 10 pairs of those socks. And I was like, Jesus, dude.
But
and
he's making money from it, right?
Yeah. He's probably going to make some.
I'm surprised they don't have a limit on shit you can buy.
It was 8. You could buy 8 things.
So he maxed it out.
But still, I mean, that adds up fast.
Oh, yeah.
8
because
things.
I saw the merch. It was pricey.
But yeah, there were people, big handfuls of shit, that go to just do that.
So, oh, God, not like this. So let's continue. You can tell me what we're looking at here. That's really cool. Beautiful.
Yeah, it was
360, right?
Yeah, I took panorama photos.
We got a video.
Yeah.
So here is when they... So how did they enter into the field? Because it's surrounded 360.
There's the gate that on one side of the hill was all VIP. They came in through there.
Oh, I see.
So that's where all the like celebrities and people.
Got it.
So they had like a 30-piece band or something, and they had like a 30 people choir that circled around the hill, and then they had like maybe 100 backup dancers too.
And where was Kanye in the?
He was very laid back. He
running
wasn't.
around, right?
He didn't really take center stage that much. He only actually rapped 2 songs, and the whole thing was about 3 hours long.
Wow,
Whoa,
3 hours.
3 hours?
Yeah.
So his involvement was quite minimal by the sound of it.
He was kind of like laying low. He was doing, he was sampling on his machine and things like that, but he was letting the choir and the band and all that be the main thing.
And so what was his contribution? Did he arrange these?
He helped, and like it would be like a church, like a gospel song, and then a Kanye song in that gospel style, and then a gospel song again. So the whole thing is weaving in and out nonstop.
So let's have a listen. Let's see what we got here. You hear that? It's the sound of our video being claimed. Is that your hand?
That's my hand reaching out.
You can see Ian reaching out for things.
To come bless me by shaking hands.
Now, did you have a religious experience here? Because it is a prayer service.
Yeah, it was.
Did you find Jesus?
Yeah, I'm a Christian now. No, it was. What was interesting about it was...
That guy holding a lightsaber?
Looks like a camera. Not a lightsaber, Dan.
Damn. That would have been cool.
It's like a little...
Oh, yeah, he's
Big
holding
for
it,
the camera.
But what was interesting was I don't think a lot of people were quite understanding what it was going to be. They were expecting a concert, like just a Kanye show. And so like at the start, they come out and they start bringing up Jesus and lifting your heart to Jesus and yourself. And I could tell the people around me were kind of like, this isn't really my thing. Everyone say praise Jesus, and the people around me were a little nervous. By the third hour, everyone was doing it.
Oh, they were all giving
everyone was on board.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you feel that? Are you a religious man?
Not
Did
really.
you feel the spirit of Christ on that day?
I felt like it was like something in the air and the whole thing.
Electric.
That valuable air. I should have bagged it.
Definitely should have bagged that.
But no, there was something kind of spiritual about it. Definitely. I mean, all those people all doing that at the same time. There was over 50,000 people there.
Wow.
So like
doing what at the same time?
Just all being in the trying to like sing these songs and talk about like religious ideas and things like that. I mean, over 50,000 in one place, all doing that. It's hard not to be like, this is kind of like a powerful thing going on. So it was. I mean, I cried.
At what moment did you cry? What was it that at that moment that put
There was
you
a moment where Chance the Rapper came out,
Ooh.
and then he did his verse on this song, and one of my favorite songs of Kanye's, called Ultra Light Beam, and it's really like an emotional, slow song. And then DMX came out and started delivering this prayer about like believing in yourself and overcoming.
Shredder, don't ruin this.
Like,
you hear DMX got mentioned. Yeah, they start barking.
He's a big DMX fan. Like believing in yourself and overcoming adversity and things like that. And DMX has had so many issues in the past. He's been arrested many times, has a lot of problems with drugs and things like that, but he's doing really good now. And so hearing that and seeing him like doing so well and all these people, and I was just smiling so hard. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm like crying. I had like tears streaming down my face.
Goodness.
Just from the whole thing. It was just so much. So that was like a moment. That was an experience.
Damn, what a moment.
Yeah.
Here's another clip. Let's watch here.
Yeah.
So these are the backup dancers you mentioned?
Yeah, so they were just kind of doing things the whole time.
They've got a kind of a Bhagwan vibe with all the same outfits and colors.
Have you seen that?
Bhagwan, what was that called?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the documentary, but
It was a
it's on
cult that like,
Netflix.
took over the whole state of Utah or something. Throw it up. Yeah. Were you throwing it up?
I was throwing it up.
Yeah.
I was into it the whole time.
Can I get you possibly wearing one of these purple dentist assistant outfits?
Yeah, I'm sure those are probably pretty pricey, but
I mean, there was a version like that in those
Yeah, there's a
colors. It
purple
was like
one, yeah.
$250 or something.
yeah.
So the whole tell me
This
what
was
is
what
this?
the stream looked like. The people who were watching it at home. I don't know the keyhole
Yeah,
thing. I
not
really
sure what.
don't get it.
Is he just trying to?
There's a chance, I think.
I wonder if he's just trying to make the experience more special for the people that were there live.
Yeah, maybe, because it doesn't really do justice to it.
Nice dancing.
And were you able to see Kanye and everyone up on the top of the hill?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I saw him a lot. So it was
And in the back of your mind, because you are kind of a Kanye groupie, you follow him everywhere he goes. Are you hoping that, like, do you have some kind of fantasy where he recognizes you and he goes, "Hey, Ian,
I've heard about you.
I've seen you around."
there's a
You must have some kind of fantasy like that, right?
No, not really.
Really?
Actually, I kind of like. I mean, I like the music. I like what he's doing, and I think things like this are great and all that. But if I met him, I feel like it kind of It would be weird.
But you would. But if he reached out and was like, "Ian, I need."
I mean,
you
yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm content. I'm very fine. Just like.
And do you
watching it all.
fantasize about being recognized within the Kanye community? Like what are your fantasies? Is it a hobby? But I do wonder, like, if there's a ticket for you in here somewhere. Like, what is it?
What do you mean? Just.
Well, you follow him everywhere. You're part of this community. Would it be nice? Do you fantasize about being like a leader of this Kanye community of some sorts, or being recognized for your insights and devotion?
Not really. I mean, I just really like it. It's not a thing that I'm like, oh, I got to figure out how to monetize.
Not monetized, just being recognized for your devotion. Do you know what I mean, Hila? You're looking at me like you don't.
I'm just wondering, how would that be? Like what?
Well, mostly being, Kanye. I feel like Kanye being like, it's Ian. That would be the ultimate, right?
I mean, it'd be cool to. Yeah, I guess. I guess that's true.
All right, we got another video here.
So there, I could see him on this one, and that guy singing right
guy?
there. Him. His name's Ant Clemens. He was the one I was in his music video recently.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. The one singing there.
Oh, wow.
So that's what it looked like, yeah.
Oh, this is the VIP? Look at these snobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how they would come, enter, and exit behind it like that.
That's sick.
But yeah, so I could...
Whoa!
Well,
that looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it was like...
So hold on.
And they made this
wait,
little
this
bump,
is the
right?
VIP? So there's not even any like railing or anything on the VIP side. They're just politely standing at the foot of the hill.
Yeah.
Well, it's probably people that they know and
all like the
wouldn't mess
Kardashians
around.
all over there and all those people.
Did you see anyone interesting on the VIP side?
I mean, I saw Kim walk by.
That's cool.
And
Did you scream her name?
No, I didn't. I didn't. But and then I saw pictures of some other celebrities that were there.
So where were you in this picture approximately?
If you go to the last one, you can I can spot myself.
Oh, for real? There you are.
There's me.
Is that before or after?
After. That's
and you went in all white.
Yeah. I thought it'd be funny. Goof. But
damn.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
There it is.
Kanye West Sunday service grass, $65, and I think it's sold for $100, right?
Yeah, if you go to the next one.
I don't know how holy it is, just taking clumps of grass out of the field. But hey, we're here to make money, right? One bid. That was you, wasn't it?
Well, no, that was the guy that bought it. He bought it for $100.
That was you.
That was me.
Air from Kanye show. 60,000. Tone it down a little
Maybe
bit.
this guy's kidding.
Yeah, I think that was a joke.
$60,000.
Yeah.
So where's the one with you in it? Because I didn't.
Oh wait, no, go back a few pictures. Back. Yeah, that one. Like if you were to crazy zoom in, you could spot me. But
well, where were you approximately in this photo? Like somewhere.
I was like right against the railing, like right a little to the right there.
Oh wow.
Right around there.
Cool.
So. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, this is their first, the first performance Coachella's ever done in the morning. And they've never. I mean, this is so uniquely like nothing like this. I feel like could happen again.
So you were there at a special moment, special time. You got the merch to prove it. You breathed the air. You don't need to bag it. You stood on the grass. You don't need to clump it. You were there.
I'm very glad I went.
And one day Kanye is going to notice you.
Someday.
So
we'll
also
see.
you were visiting Ariana.
Oh, that was a separate. Yeah, that was later that night.
You were so close. How did you get so close to her, Ian?
I elbowed some teenage girls.
You could sniff her farts from this distance.
I mean, that's one way to look at it, I suppose.
But you got to be super dedicated to get that close because Ariana, she was like the main thing. I heard she got like $8 million. How the hell did you get this close, Ian? That's psycho. Seriously, tell me. Did you just really elbow your way all the way up to the front?
I stayed at that stage for a few hours, watched the other people
that nobody cared about.
And then when fans of that person would leave, I'd get a little closer, and then eventually I got there.
Did you ever have problems waiting up front where you had to pee?
No.
Really?
I was worried about that, but no, I would make sure I'd go before. And
because we saw the Chili Peppers, or we saw someone in Israel once, and I tried to get up like close to the stage, and I had to pee, and I had to pee. I was so miserable. Yeah. But there you go. You're a young man. Your prostate isn't yet enlarged.
Yeah.
I think I was drinking alcohol too.
That's
that was
true.
that was big.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So Ariana, you're a big fan of, but nothing like Kanye.
No, but I was second most excited to see her. I really like her. This is the third time I've seen her. So,
have you?
I met her at the Kanye thing.
At the Kid Cudi.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
She's awesome. She's so
talked
kind.
to you?
Yeah. The nicest person. It was blew my mind.
Have you ever beat off at the thought of being with Ariana?
I've never beat off.
No, don't. Come on. Have you
I'm telling you the truth.
Night,
I'm a man of God. No.
Now, but before you met her, did you beat off at the thought of being with Ariana?
There is no before.
I take that as
only
a yes.
after. I'm
He's
a
dodging. It's fine if you have.
Are you
I
happy
totally
that
understand.
she broke up with Pete
Davidson?
Davidson?
Yeah.
I don't like to see anybody suffer, you know.
Get out of here. All right,
Is
we're
that
done,
good?
Ian.
We done?
So let me see here, dude. This is crazy that you got so close.
Yeah.
I'd be
go
surprised
to
if you
go
weren't.
to the next.
Who's the guy she's giving the lap dance to?
Just one of her dancers. If you
I'm
go to
surprised,
the next.
I'd be
video-
surprised if you weren't beating off right now. To be honest with you, pretty sexual. You know that guy went home and beat off.
Or the. Yeah. Yeah. I was right there.
Dude, did she ever look at you?
Yeah.
Oh, you made eye contact? But I wonder if she remembered you because she met you.
I don't think she was. You're the guy that.
Bro, you definitely beat off this night in your tent. Look at this.
I was losing my mind at
Were
that
you
point.
like the one guy near a million girls?
No, there were a lot of guys there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like at that level of super fandom that it's probably mixed.
Yeah.
And overall, I think I did pretty well because I met a few people that. Oh, and she brought Justin Bieber, so he was there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I saw Justin at post show backstage.
I think he's
like
great.
a nice guy, honestly.
I like Justin Bieber.
At least he's evolved and matured a lot in the past like several years.
Yeah. Yeah.
How come? I wonder how come Biebs and Ariana never got it on.
Oh.
Well, he's married now.
Yeah, now.
He's married.
Oh yeah, that was someone threw a lemon at her. I got a picture of it.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my God.
We got to sell this to TMZ.
That's
Why did
the
someone throw a lemon
lemon?
at her?
It's like so dumb.
Tell me.
Because well, Beyonce headlined last year.
Oh.
And everyone called it like Baychella and all this stuff. And she has an album called Lemonade.
Yeah.
So some crazy Beyonce fan went and threw a lemon at her because
For being offered.
Yeah, I guess.
What a psycho bitch.
Yeah.
I hate that
Insane.
person. Did it hit her?
There was a
Yeah, it
lot
did.
of really.
Yeah.
That is so. I hope she was ejected. I hope she was arrested for assault.
Yeah, it hit her,
Did they
and
catch
then
her?
and then it like one of the dancers stepped on it, and it got all. They had
Oh my
to
God.
come clean the stage.
Did they throw it hard at her?
It didn't hit her that
Like a
hard,
lob.
but yeah,
And did the security catch the girl that threw it?
I have no idea.
You should have beat her ass.
Well, they're on
I mean,
different sides, I think. Right? It looks like the lemon is.
How did you capture that?
Yeah.
Wait, how did you capture that? Was that from a video?
Yeah, I took a.
Okay.
Yeah, a
This is
screenshot.
rare. Have you seen pictures of this on the internet?
Not like that. That's like,
Bro.
I think
You
that's
should
a
sell
funny
this
photo.
picture.
Yeah, you should license that. Actually, I own it now.
Oh, because it's on
Sorry,
here.
dude.
Oh, there it goes.
No, I'm kidding. You should license that. I feel like that's a valuable photo. I could totally see that on the front of like these kind of
TMZ.
gossip shit.
Yeah. Some of these crazy fans, stands
That's
is the
so
word.
psycho.
They're nuts.
Wasn't there a whole thing about also that people thought that they didn't get paid the same, but then they did? Her and Beyonce.
They both got
Yeah,
$8
that was
million,
a thing.
apparently, is what I read.
Oh, I didn't clarify, actually. I'm not sure.
They both got paid the same, $8 million, and I guess Beyonce fans were upset. Why is it?
No,
Okay,
I think they thought at first that Ariana got paid more.
Oh.
I
or
thought I heard
something.
that too, yeah.
well, I hate to tell you, Beyonce fans, but your girl's been around a while. I'm not saying she's. I mean, she's fallen out. She's not that. What? She's been around forever.
The Beyonce fans are going to
You don't care about. I'm saying she's not. What can I do? She's not in vogue as much. She's popular and
No,
she's on her way
I
out.
just don't think they even need to compare them. She was last year, and this year it's Ariana.
But
I
why
don't
does everyone
understand
act like
what's-
Beyonce's the only female artist that's allowed to have success?
No, I think her fans are just crazy. I don't know.
Throwing a lemon.
Yeah, some of these
I don't
fans
know.
are just. I mean, because at the same time, Ariana Grande's fans, like, would go into Pete Davidson's Instagram comments and tell him to kill himself,
Yeah.
and he had to be
Yeah.
hospitalized
Why were they telling him to kill him? What did he do?
because they broke up.
They
and
never
then,
even liked that they were dating.
Well, and
he
then
was
they-
getting shit even just for dating her.
And then they had a little, like, some tension after their breakup, and then her fans were like going there and telling him to kill himself and stuff. These just
Oh, right. They had a little beef after.
yeah.
Now, do you fear that you...
The Kanye fans, on the other hand, very nice people.
That's where I was going.
We don't do this
You
with
preempted
anyone.
me.
No?
But do you fear that maybe you are a stan of Kanye?
Oh, I am. Yeah, I think so.
And do you fall into the same kind of pit? Are you aware that maybe you fall into the same pit?
I really believe that his diehard fans like that are. I've only seen them pretty much be nice, but it's because they're always on the defensive.
Right.
Because everyone else hates Kanye.
Right.
He's always getting shit on
So you
all
guys
the
are
time.
you guys are Kanye PR warriors.
Yeah, so I think because of that, the diehard fans are way more open and nice to everyone because they're just trying to say like, no, he's good.
Is there anyone you hate as a result of being a Kanye stan? Is there enemies of Kanye?
I mean,
who are the enemies?
Well, I don't know. Like the people on his subreddit hate like Drake and stuff.
Do you hate Drake?
No.
You're a fan of Drake?
Yeah, I like him. I know that's controversial.
If you saw Drake on the street, what would you do?
I mean, I wouldn't really do anything. I wouldn't throw a lemon at him.
Right.
Yeah. But, I don't know. No need to hate anyone, It's all just...
Well, the biggest takeaway for me is that you've beat off to the thought of Ariana, and frankly, I don't blame you for that.
Nope, that didn't
totally
happen.
understandable. You met her face to face. You saw her.
Nope,
close.
Doesn't happen. I respect Ariana Grande very much.
Not about respecting. It's
Big
a fantasy.
fan. I don't do that. Everyone go to church.
All right, Ian. Ian, thank you for the Coachella report. I'm happy you had a good
That was
time.
cool.
I'm
Thank
happy
you.
that you took pictures. You had a religious experience.
Yes.
You had you went and you did your thing. I admire the fact that it's very, you know what? I should back up. In this world, people are nihilistic and they don't care about anything, and that's the cool thing. I respect and I appreciate that you are willing to like things, that you are willing to put yourself out there, to go to Coachella by yourself, pitch a tent in the wind, to show love and have a good time. That's something that I would never do, and I think it's a great attribute. And I encourage everyone else to live their life that way too, if they have the fortitude for it. With that being said, get out.
Thanks.
No, I'm kidding. Thank you, Ian. Good job. Thank you, Ian. Little Coachella on-field report. It's time, finally, for Ian the Intern PowerPoint. We've missed it dearly. It's been way too long. Ian, get that sweet little... Why are you going in the kitchen? I'm summoning you, and he's walking in the kitchen. You're being summoned. Ian the Intern, God bless it. Where's the song? Yeah, whatever. You're looking good. I see. So we've got Ian here. Round of applause. He's dressed for the occasion. What are you wearing here today?
It's all black. Little Johnny Cash action, cowboy status.
Let's see your shoes. He's got his
Wow.
suede shoes, or some
Not
kind of
suede.
Not suede. What is it? These are just dress shoes.
Dress shoes.
They're no Gucci loafers, I'll tell you that.
No, they're not.
Slides.
No, they're not.
Okay, I see. I see the swag. I see the vision.
What are you wearing?
I'm just wearing
Yeah,
Vans today.
All right, but the cowboy hat looks good, and I appreciate you getting into character.
Yeah, it's cowboy time. You guys got some too, so.
Yeah, I thought you were going to bring them in.
They're
right there. Okay.
Do it.
Saddle up.
You want the white one, Hila, or the blue? You're like a little Dallas cheerleader. Yeah, I like the blue and red. You look American as fuck. I'm on one. Anyway, so would you like to have a seat? Shall we switch?
Are we swapping?
Let's swap.
Okay.
Swap shop.
Little do-si-do, little...
Not very prepared here, but we're figuring it out.
How's the energy over on that side of things?
It's fine. This H3 podcast is it's a powerful statement. It lets you know where you are.
But I only just found out that this isn't a podcast.
I know.
Right?
It's not really, is it?
Not really.
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit of a...
But we're going to call
Too
it.
late.
Yeah, we already wrote it on the wall.
Kind of a twist. All right, so I have a little video.
Hold on one second. Let me just adjust. This is a disaster. Whenever we try to do anything.
Then, can you also adjust the screen there?
This is royalty-free music, I trust.
I don't see the stream.
You know what you're doing. Took the beanie to you.
So, are you going to explain who's Lil Nas X?
I'm not really sure what is about to happen.
Should I just follow your lead? Is there any questions I should be asking?
Should we give any background?
Go ahead.
So we'll play the clip.
Okay.
And then we'll dive in.
Okay.
Take the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel.
Always.
Okay.
Dan, is that all good? Can you?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're all good.
Okay. prepared this little thank you message.
Oh, whoa, hold on.
Whoa, what? Whoa.
That was so fast. You're not going to read it?
I mean, I could read it.
You know, this is a podcast. People are listening.
But why do I see there the levels? Is that what people actually see?
No.
It was covering the... No. Okay, because it was covering our shot.
Can we restart? Can we get Ian
Reboot.
back in front of the game?
Reset.
No, but there are people listening, so someone's got to read that.
I mean...
But also, I'm not Goodwill Hunting. I can't... That was so fast, I didn't even get a chance to read it.
You want me to do it?
I want you to go back, first of all.
Okay.
Somebody's got to read it. I think you...
I'll read it.
You're at the helm. Yeah.
I'll read it. All right.
Go ahead.
On July 29th, Old Town Road officially broke the record for longest number one.
How fast that is?
On the Billboard Hot 100.
I know, but you couldn't even read it fast enough.
I could read that fast enough. Let's do it.
So...
On July 29th, Old Town Road officially broke the record for the longest number one song on the Hot Billboard Hot 100.
Barely made it.
Congrats to Lil Nas X.
Very nice. Very beautiful. Oh,
wow.
Shit. Whoa. No way. Yo, that's
And I heard, as it were, the noise of thunder. One of the four beasts saying, "Come and see." And I saw, and behold, a white horse. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
Holy shit. That was sick, bro.
Can we turn up the volume a little slightly? The very
green.
Right.
I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road. Ride until I can't no more. I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road. Ride until I can't no more. I'm going to take my horse to the Old Town Road. Ride until I can't no more.
Wow, dude.
Until I can't no more.
Whoa.
What?
There you go.
Whoa. Whoa.
Thank you.
I gotta watch that. I want to watch that again. I don't want. I'm not gonna make everyone do that. But that was spectacular.
I'm going to the Old Town Road.
I love how the Nas broke into the pentagram or the triangle.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of layers to this. This goes.
Well, you better break that down for me.
I don't know if I can. I thought I knew what I was doing and what I was talking about. Not really, but
okay.
We'll get there. All right, great. So this is the Ballad of Lil Pony Lad, the 10th.
Wait, who's Pony Lad?
Lil Nas X. I just think Pony Lad. I like to call him.
Pony Lad. Okay.
He's Lil Pony Lad.
Oh, because you have a picture of actual Nas, and so
yeah, it's Nas. And I did draw that horse too. I think it looks pretty good.
Oh, you did?
Thank you. Yeah.
She didn't say she liked it.
Yeah,
I was going to.
Thank you for the high compliment. I think it looks great. So we're gonna run it back to kind of the origin of whatever he's doing, the country music, rap, hip hop, fusion thing. These are kind of
wicked wild.
These are the these are kind of the precursors. You know, these are the the guys who laid the path. Cool Mo D, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Outkast, Kid Rock, UGK, Bubba Sparks, Timbaland, Will Smith, Nelly, Tim McGraw, Young Carl, Nappy Roots, Young Thug, Family Don't Matter. These are the guys.
So he comes from a long line of he stands on the shoulder of giants, in other words.
Yes. But these people all took themselves very seriously. So I think they were actually trying to blend these two genres like in a very smooth,
right,
but self-serious way. A lot of like bravado and all that type of thing.
Right.
Outlaw cowboy vibes. I think though Lil Nas is a bit more similar to this guy.
Meme hick hop.
Yeah. So
you showed a picture of Weird Al.
Yes. Lil Nas reminds me more of Weird Al.
Interesting.
He's like what Weird Al did with White Nerdy. He's like the reverse. That's how I see it.
I think you're right. He doesn't take himself seriously, which is kind of the power.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole video, it's based on like Red Dead Redemption, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just likes that video game.
Yeah, he has no like roots in the stuff, like it's like a meme, you know, like the game and then jumped on. So last year, this song came out by this guy, Fly Rich Double, called "Yup" on my tractor. I can play like a little snippet of it, right?
Play it. We're gonna have to dispute all day here, but yeah, go ahead and play it.
I'll just jump forward here.
Pastor, fucked her in the pastor. Yep, on my tractor.
Oh, these guys are having a good time. So they're like on a farm, and there's a whole bunch of homies fucking around on a tractor. It's pretty awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was last year in August.
The resurgence.
Yeah, this was kind of the transitioning it into more of like a joke. Like these guys are kind of joking. You can tell the vibe's a little different.
Definitely.
So, little backstory. I did reach out to Lil Nas a while ago to interview him because I wanted to do a PowerPoint back when he started gaining this like traction, and then he just ghosted me.
Wait, you were in touch with him?
Before he blew up.
Before. So
Wow.
I emailed him
No way.
on April 2nd, 2019, and then I followed up again the next day. Hi again. And there's more to the email, and laying out our numbers, and I told him I only want to talk for like just 5 minutes on the phone. That's like all I wanted.
First of all, let me say I did not know about this, Ian, and I love the go-getting that I'm seeing here.
Well, now I hold a grudge against this man. He just left me on red.
He blew up. Fucking.
Because then I emailed him April 3rd. April 5th, the Billy Ray remix came out. So then it was all
big shot.
Yeah. It was all Turbo Racer.
He left your ass on the Old Town Road.
Yeah, he did. Left me there.
Well, wait, did he ever respond to you? Because I don't.
No. He never answered.
Oh well, why do you hold a grudge? I thought you guys had communication.
Just because he ghosted him.
He just sent me straight to the trash.
I guess he didn't ghost you.
He went straight to spam.
Yeah, he just sent me
ghosting
out.
implies there was communication.
He clicked the check mark and clicked mark as read without opening it.
I doubt he even did that.
Yeah, I don't. I
honestly.
think you're left on red. Or you're left
I'm
on.
still unread. I'm just in the email graveyard.
Yeah, dude.
That's even worse. My grudge is even stronger now. So having said that, I think that he's a thief and a liar and a cheat.
What?
No. So there's
how could you say that?
Well, there's this other song, and we talked about this.
Now let me ask you this before we go on. What was the point of playing the previous song?
Well, those two, that song came out still before Lil Nas's, but I think that was inspired as well by this next song.
This song came out
Okay, so
before...
this song came out before everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this song actually came out on May 8th, and then the remix 11 days later. So with Lil Uzi Vert, who we're all familiar with,
Right.
favorite rapping Satanist.
Absolutely.
So he jumped on this, and this came out. Old Town Road came out in December of last year. So
a short 5 months later.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. So I
7
think
months.
this is kind of like the inspiration behind these songs.
I got horses in my car just like a farmer. Yeehaw. Pick up your dog. Yeehaw. Yeah.
Clearly not very serious.
No, it's definitely a meme. So there's similar the chorus. I got horses in my car. Yeah. Versus horses in the back.
Right.
Let's pause it.
Yeah. You just.
And then there's also other lines. He says, "I'm sipping lean like a Coors Light," and Lil Nas has, a line about.
I love the with the autotune.
Personally, this has been stuck in my head more than
This
Old
song
Town Road.
snaps for you.
Yeah, I really can't get it out of my head. It's
So which of
lodged
these
in
two songs came first, you're saying?
So this came out in May.
So this guy kind of set the resurgence of the cowboy hip-hop chic brought it back into the forefront of our cultural consciousness. Am I right, Ian?
So, both of them cite this other guy, Young Thug, who did a song, but it's not a jokey song.
Well, let me hear that one.
I don't have it.
Oh.
Okay.
So let's cut. Can we cut that, Dan? Can we cut that line out? But that was not as much of a joke as this. This is clearly this is him just joking.
Yes.
It's putting on the accent and goofing around.
Yes.
So I think Lil Nas pretty much directly, he definitely heard this. I have no doubt. And then made his song. And then just the lines are similar. I don't know. No one knows how much he was inspired by it.
Well, I'm sure you're getting to it, but it seems, didn't Lil Nas reach out to this dude for a collab?
Yeah, so that's the next.
Well, isn't that proof that he's heard? Because you said, I'm pretty sure he's heard of it. Isn't that not proof?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So, this is the guy, Lil Tracy.
Goodness, getting ahead of myself.
Lil Tracy, who made that song. There he is saying, I was actually inspired by Young Thug to make like a farmer. Lil Nas simply ran with the sauce. Lil Nas X is not innovative. He is a fake mogul.
Oof. Okay, well, let me address. Actually, I feel like. Go ahead and on the screen.
And then this is also, these are all deleted tweets now, but.
This is a DM. Oh, he tweeted it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then deleted it. So this is Lil Tracy saying, Lil Nas DM'd him in January, want to hop on Old Town Road. So that's like just a couple weeks after it came out. He put it out and then immediately reached out to Lil Tracy.
Hang on.
Oh, so he DM'd him and then he tweeted it out? Because he said, bro, why did you tweet that? I've been trying to get you on the song.
So that actually, he's responding to Lil Nas tweeting, I think the one on the left, yeah.
Okay.
Like, why are you attacking me? I tried to get you on this song. So
hold on. He said, you want to hop on the song? He said, yes.
But he said it, 2 months later.
Oh.
And...
Oh, he didn't respond after 2 months.
Oh, and this guy wants to get on only after he blew up?
Well,
is that what I'm seeing here?
I think maybe...
Who released the DMs on the right?
Lil Tracy. He tweeted this.
Because I don't know if he's exposing himself. Because on the left...
When did the Old Town Road come out?
December.
When was the tweet on the left tweeted? Because the date is cropped out.
The one on the left, it was around... I'm pretty sure around March.
Okay.
Beginning of March.
So Lil Nas says, you want to hop on Old Town Road.
Mm-hmm.
And then, and then 2 months later, and then a month later, he tweets out, fuck Lil Nas. He copied my sauce.
Yeah.
And then a month later, again, he responds and says, yes.
Or around the same time, this tweet.
Yeah, I think it's around the same time.
So he doesn't actually want. He's just fucking.
He may just
he's
be
being a douche.
messing with him. Yeah.
So he goes, Lil Nas is a bitch. He goes into the DMs. He says yes, and then Lil Nas says, "Bro, why'd you tweet that? I've been trying to get you on this song." And then he says, "Get me on it."
Yeah.
He's just being a dick.
I think so.
Now let's address that.
He seems pretty solid. And then people were saying at his live concerts, he said like, fuck Lil Nas.
Oh, really?
Fuck Old Town Road. So he's kind of upset about it.
Let me address this guy, Tracy Vert.
Ethan, real quick, can you sit up, please? You're like leaning all the way out of this.
Yeah, I got lean on my bladder, dude. Come on. He says, I was actually inspired by Young Thug to make like a farmer. Okay, first of all, Tracy Vert, you yourself are saying that you're not an original. You were inspired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what the fuck is your point? You in your original tweet say that you're inspired by Young Thug.
But
What's Young Thug gonna go accuse him of ripping him off?
So he feels like he was inspired versus Lil Nas, he think actually copied him. But I feel like you're walking such a gray area here. Like, I don't see, listening to both of the songs, I don't see it as a copy.
Well, he says he stole his sauce. Actually, no, he doesn't even say that. He says ran with the sauce. You know, maybe there was some sauce that he ran with, but I have to say, after hearing both songs, they're very different. And let me also say that what Lil Nas made with Billy Ray Cyrus is a hit.
Yeah.
That song is produced.
total
It's
hit.
like crazy. I mean, this guy's song is just a little SoundCloud shitpost.
Right.
That song never had the potential to go #1 Billboard.
No.
I agree.
So he take the. So he says he took the sauce and he ran with it. That's exactly what he did. And I've seen a lot of comments, people saying Tracy Vert walked so Lil Nas could run, and that's exactly right. That's what happened.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing.
I don't think Lil Nas did anything bad.
I don't either. I totally. And for him to say not innovative, he's a fake mogul. I mean, well, I don't think he's ever purported to be a mogul. He's just a dude that made a hit
The
song.
thing is that sometimes there's trends in the air, you know? People feel the same vibe and people get inspired from each other and people end up making sometimes similar things and it doesn't mean they copied each other.
Absolutely.
I see it a lot with Teddy Fresh. People will point out they're color blocking and they'll be like, they're copying you. It's like, no, they're not. They're totally not. First of all, I didn't invent color blocking, not even close. And second of all, it's just a trend right now and a lot of people are feeling it. People are liking it. They want to wear it right now.
They're running with the sauce.
Yeah.
Right. And it's possible they saw our color block and they saw how popular it is, but that's okay.
It's
I mean,
still
that's
not a copy.
Yeah, and I mean, in the marketplace of ideas, you just got to have a better idea. And I think Lil Nas made a better product ultimately, and it was more successful. For this guy to have a chip on his shoulder, I mean, he had the opportunity to get on that shit. He fucked himself over by not getting on that, didn't he?
Yeah, so the 2 remixes ago, 3, 45, I don't remember. Well, Young Thug jumped on. The guy that they all
the
keep
original.
mentioning. Yeah.
Oh, he got skipped over.
Yeah, he's on it. So,
oh, that's beautiful.
He's on the one with Mason Ramsey, the little kid.
So, by the way, we were discussing this, and I was like, Ian, how is it that all these remixes are coming out, and he still has one song at #1? And you answered me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they all funnel to Billboard takes the most successful one. And then all the remixes that come on after that, all of the, momentum and streams and it all funnels into the main one.
So Lil Nas, you have to respect the hustle this little cowboy's got. Because these remixes, dude, this guy is hustling for that #1 spot. And you also have to appreciate, he tweeted out, he says he made this song specifically 2 minutes long so people could stream it more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 30 seconds to count as a stream. So, yeah, the last remix, it was like 150. And I'm like,
Homie just keeps cutting down the...
Yeah.
But you got to appreciate the hustle, man. This guy's he just released a remix with some K-pop guy that people were losing their minds about. It sounds the fucking same. Doesn't sound
it's
any
just
different.
blatant because he's trying to tap into that market. It's all like just marketing.
I'm loving it. He's so... I follow him and like everything he posts, he looks so happy and so he's always goofing around and having fun.
His vibe.
He's so like silly and just enjoying the ride.
He's got a great vibe.
I feel like it's a shame because Tracy Vert, how should I address him? Little Tracy, he made such a silly song and then he goes on and being so petty. If your vibe is like this silliness, you should have let it go and join the party.
Join the fucking rodeo.
Instead of kill the party, join the party.
Join the rodeo, dude. It's a goddamn powwow. Let's do a do-si-do. You know what I'm saying, Ian?
I know. Little ring around the hay bales, something like that.
Fucking goddamn.
But anyways, yeah. So I do feel kind of bad. I do like his song, and it's. But
what do you feel bad for?
I like his song a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get why maybe he's upset, but it sucks that
I don't. He needs to get over it.
Yeah.
In this world, you don't get anywhere by getting petty and making enemies. You got to join. You got to bring the fucking cornbread. You got to join the do-si-do. You got to get yourself a partner and do the goddamn do-si-do. I don't feel bad for him.
Also, what you always will learn is that there's room for everyone.
Yes, you.
He's
Preach
not.
it.
He's not stealing listens from your song.
Unless you're on Twitch. Twitch is the only place where there's not room for everyone. Yes, there's space in this world for everyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I feel like as well he did get apparently at one point Lil Nas had a playlist on SoundCloud. It's deleted now. And it was songs that paved the way to Old Town Road. And Like a Farmer was on there. So that was him kind of going like, I did take from this, but here's me promoting it.
Yeah.
Well, you can easily make the argument that the references to Lean and Horses in the Back are also nods to this song.
Right.
I mean, he can give the nod to the song, and he's not stealing.
Like a little homage.
Yeah, exactly. It's not.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I mean, the songs sound completely different.
Oh, so all of the flipping remixes. I'm really going all in with these graphics here.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Come on.
So there's the first one with Bill Ray Cyrus. Then he did one with Diplo. Then one with Young Thug and Mason Ramsey. There's a leaked one with Lil Wayne.
No way. So
Really?
that isn't even out yet?
It's not out. You can find it. You can find it.
Is it fire?
I haven't heard it.
Does it sound the same as all the other
I don't
ones?
partake in illegal content on the internet.
Interesting.
You're just telling people it's out there.
Yeah, you can go
find
get it. It's out there.
Yeah. I've never heard it, though.
Never heard it. Then that guy, his name's RM from BTS, which is a K-pop group that everyone goes nuts over. And then apparently there's a possible one upcoming with this rapper Megan Thee Stallion and Dolly Parton. So Dolly Parton's been tweeting about it.
Who? Wait, what?
What?
Who's Dolly Parton?
Singer? Country singer?
Isn't she like...
I don't know.
Is she alive?
I mean, if she's not, that's a big feat for him for that remix.
Dolly Parton, isn't she from like 1920? Am I crazy?
Who is Dolly?
How old is Dolly Parton, Dan?
Is she like...
she's not from the 20s. She is
She's
very
old,
old, but
yeah.
if I had to guess, she's probably in her 70s or 80s.
I thought she was like one with the tumbleweed by now.
No, she's 73.
Okay, well, let's get Dolly Parton
That's
on the
gonna
track.
be hot.
Yeah, that's fire. I love that he's dipping into all the country icons, you know.
He's dipping everywhere, and I'm ready for it to be over.
You're over it.
Well, you got your cowboy hat on and your suede shoes. You don't look like you're.
I'm hoping that it's so corny it's helping kill the meme.
I don't think so. I think this meme is just started to gallop into a full blown.
That's nightmare.
I'm starting to see
Gate.
the end of it. I'm starting to. We've been fans of the song. We listen to it a lot.
Well, they all just sound the same.
But yeah.
It's like, I heard the one with BTS. Everyone was freaking out about it. And I was like, oh, it sounds exactly the same.
It sounds even worse.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with this sound
It
worse.
does sound worse.
But I'm in. Oh, wow. Is that real? Wow, she looks really good, Mariah.
Yeah, she's looking pretty skinny, I think.
Good.
The record for longest number one is now 17 weeks as of yesterday, breaking the 16-week tie between 2017's Louis Fonsi, Daddy Yankee, Justin Bieber, Audio Orgy, Despacito, and the 1995 Mariah Carey Boyz II Men Dust's One Sweet Day. So
What? It's crazy those two songs were holding the record. One
Yeah.
Sweet Day. What the F is that?
That was kind of before my time, so I don't know. I'd never heard it until I looked this up.
How does it go?
I can't believe how good Mariah Carey looks, though. She's really been taking care of herself.
Yeah, she's really looking trim. So yeah, and then we've got. So here are all the people that have tried to take him down.
Tried
and failed to
They've
get that
released
number one.
singles, and they have not overtaken Lil Nas X on billboards.
Okay.
They've
Yeah.
released singles.
Yeah, they were going for it.
They were.
Yeah. So we got Bugatti Biebs. We got the Ginger Fury. We got Onika Minaj. We got.
What language are you speaking?
We got Posty Maloney. We got.
Dude, I'm surprised that even Post wasn't able to, because every time that guy releases a song, it's like number one. What song did he release?
It was Goodbyes with Young Thug.
Yeah, Young Thug
He's everywhere.
making an appearance. But no,
Yeah, we got Catherine B. We got T Swizz.
this is everybody.
We got Jonathan Mendez. We got Billy the Kid.
That's everybody.
We got frickin' Aubrey.
That's everybody.
Aubrey, Champagne Poppy, Drizzy, Six God.
What the
Wheelchair Jimmy Graham, the legend, and the Burger Lady too. She also tried.
Dude, that's everybody.
They all tried and failed. They even tried to mix and match. Billy tried to get Bugatti Biebs on the remix to her song to try and bump it up, and Ed Sheeran worked with Bieber to try and tag team. None of them can do it.
The power
I
wasn't
saw
there.
that Bieber tweeted at Lil Nas, "Congrats," and that's all he said.
Just congrats.
Yeah.
Sounds almost threatening.
You can
Doesn't
spare a
it?
couple more letters.
Or congratulations.
It's a little passive-aggressive.
Yeah, right. That's what I thought.
Congratulations. It's like, wow, dude.
With no exclamation mark, I think there was nothing.
Yeah.
Man, that's very cryptic in a way.
Yeah.
Because Justin Bieber's like, that's literally not cryptic. I said congratulations. But is it?
Mhm.
Right.
So that's mostly all the main power players.
I mean, who are we missing?
besides Ariana Grande has a single coming in like a week or two.
But
So
it's
she's
too
gonna
late.
try, and then she'll be right up here with all these losers.
It's too late, man.
And then Adele. Adele's the only one I think could do it. She's gone. She's missing.
But it's too late. He already won.
It's
like
over.
they swung and they missed.
They all aimed for the head. They didn't aim for the head.
Yeah, aim higher next time.
Yeah, they blew it. So these people are all failures.
Where do you have are they gonna? I want to see them like just dump away.
Like a dust effect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can add that in later.
Aw, man. No Thanos.
They're just gone. These are the longest running number ones ever. This is just kind of an interesting list.
Look at him.
Wow.
There's a lot of shit on this list.
Elton John, Candle in the Wind. Something about the way you look tonight. I'm actually unfamiliar with that song, but I obviously Candle in the Wind. Yeah, there's a lot. You know what it is? It's like these are all radio hits.
I'll just read some of these. So there you got the Macarena.
Oh my God! That you know
at
what?
14 weeks.
That's insane. Hey, imagine a world. Go back. What year was that from?
I remember.
1996.
Imagine a world where Macarena is actually
I don't need to imagine. I remember.
number one for 14 weeks. Hey, Macarena, daga daga Macarena. Hey, that was insane. People were listening to that.
Everyone was doing the dance at every birthday party.
Wow.
Even in Israel.
Yeah, it was a phenomenon.
What else we got?
We got I Got a Feeling, the Black Eyed Peas.
Shout out to Will.
Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars. We got Eminem, Lose Yourself. Yeah, Usher and Lil Jon. Boom Boom Pow, Black Eyed Peas, Blurred Lines. Wiz Khalifa, See You Again. The Chainsmokers, Closer. That's like one of the worst songs I've ever heard.
Whoa, hang on. What are we doing? We're here talking shit about music.
I'm talking shit. I'm straight. Shots fired. I hate that song.
Huh.
Ed Sheeran, Shape of You.
What other songs do you hate up here, Ian?
Obviously, we've got the legend, Drake, Champagne Poppy, Six God, King Drizzy, Slime with God's Plan down there.
What about you didn't mention the wheelchair.
Wheelchair Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there. Olivia Newton-John, Let's Get Physical. There's some interesting stuff.
Your boy Yeezy never made it, huh?
Nah, he's a failure.
Whoa, dude.
He blew it. I only count the numbers. He's not here. Macarena. destroyed.
Independent Woman Part 1.
Part 2 doesn't look like it.
Part 2 wasn't as good as the original.
Yeah. So yeah, some interesting stuff. I think I could see him going for a few more weeks though, and really like solidifying that he's not going anywhere.
Man, I mean that was a long-standing. Mariah Carey had that from '95.
Well,
if he can just get one more week, I mean, if he could get to 20 weeks, that's a title that may not ever be toppled until I release another diss track.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, I should have looked it up, but I doubt it. If Mariah Carey did any like remix trickery.
Yeah. Let's be honest, the remixes, he's like hacked his way.
It's kind of shady. It's like a little,
totally shady.
Should be a little asterisk up there.
The remix is such a...
Did any of these other people do it though?
I mean, I'm sure some of these have it, but I don't
think to this degree.
I don't think Elton John has any remixes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what about like Drake with God's Plan?
No.
No.
Or like Eminem would Lose Yourself. No. A lot of the like Uptown Funk, I don't think has a remix.
What about Despacito? That one had remixes, didn't it?
So that's featuring Justin Bieber. That's one up there. That was the remix.
Well, I also noticed, if I can point out, Macarena says Bayside Boys mix. So that appears to have been remixed as well.
Yeah,
But they list the remix.
They list the most popular.
He does too.
Yeah,
okay.
They list the most popular one.
Yeah.
But I do think that Candle in the Wind was remixed several times as well.
Is that? Yeah, I think that sounds right.
It was Dougie Fresh and Elton John. Original beatbox.
I think I remember that in the movie, that deleted scene.
Like a candle in the... Sorry. Let's move on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
I think there's just crap, and mega crap all over this list, to be honest.
Nice.
So how did he do it? I was going to try and tie in like he sold his soul with the devil.
Did you Photoshop every skeleton here?
No, I wish I was that
he
talented.
did. I can tell you already.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So here's the cover with Young Thug and Mason Ramsey for that remix. And I found an interesting tweet that I think is some truth from David over here, where he says, the devil is cunning. Look at this cover. Tell me what y'all get from this. For y'all that don't understand, the devil works in exoteric and esoteric messages.
What is exoteric?
Ask Dan, he knows.
Dan?
No, I don't know. When I saw that, I was like, what the fuck is that? I see he says exoteric and esoteric, though.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Can someone look up exoteric? Is that a word?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was a typo, but I guess.
It then
ignorant.
repeats it.
Yeah, exoterically. A carnal mind can understand this is just being a cover about horses because, oh yeah, Old Town Road. But
exoteric intended for or likely to be understood by the general public. So it's like the opposite of esoteric. It can't be both then. It's literally the opposite.
That's why
this is
that's
the
why
devil's
it's so
work.
phenomenal.
That's why. It's devil magic.
Go
We
ahead.
as Christians are told to look past that which is physical and see what's really going on. Read the book of Revelation. You've heard of the 4 horsemen.
That's true, I have.
We're going to have to break this down because I want you all to know the nonsense going on. He's got a good amount of retweets, some likes, some retweets. There's some action on
Man,
this.
the devil is cunning.
Yeah, he's here. I'm starting to buy it.
Let's go, man. I like this. Oh, shit. No. We got our homework here.
He breaks. I wish I could get him on the phone, but Revelation 6 details 4 horsemen, their meaning and their color. The first was the white horse, a conqueror.
Wow.
The second is the red horse, represents war. The third is the black horse, which represents famine. The last one, the green horse, represents death.
Whoa. Wait, why does green... Wait, hold on. Back up.
Well, yeah, what?
Why does green represent death? Shouldn't green represent famine or...
I don't know,
pestilence or
like
something?
slime.
Organic?
But you said green represents...
The
wouldn't
green horse
black
is
be
death. Black is
It is a
famine.
putrid green.
Why would... No, this guy's got it all wrong. Green should be famine and black is death.
You eat green food and it's not too green.
There's nothing
Mold.
death about green. I
No,
got to put
wait.
my foot down there.
Is this from the Bible?
Yes.
That is saying?
Yes. What was
Yes.
that?
Yes, that is correct. Yes.
It's from the Bible.
He's from the Bible.
Okay, I'm going to take... This guy did his homework. I'm going to...
He did. He knows his green.
Yeah.
So, can y'all explain to me why the 4 horses match the color in the horses in Revelation?
I can.
Why is the white horse the smallest of the 4, who is also representative of Jesus?
Wait, whoa,
This
whoa,
is
whoa.
mockery.
Wait, I thought white was part
He
of
says
the
at the
4
top.
horsemen of the apocalypse.
The first was the great white horse, a conqueror. Jesus is also depicted.
But there's only 4 horses, so we're missing a horse.
Jesus returns on the great white horse in Revelation.
Mm-hmm.
You got the white, and what else? We
So
got
there
the
they are
green.
again.
The horses. So you got there's 2. There's a
There's
black,
4.
a brown, and a green.
Yeah.
But Jesus, white is Jesus.
So he's saying by making the Jesus horse all tiny like that is like spitting in Jesus' face.
Okay, fine. I'm on board.
Okay.
There's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yes.
So white is Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brown and black. We're missing a horse. The white
Why?
one is Jesus' horse. We only have 3 riders of the apocalypse.
Well, this is like the apocalypse megazord that come. Those 4 right there.
I think if I understood correctly, Jesus rides the white horse. He isn't actually the white horse. So you got the 4 horses, the
Yeah.
white one being, it's his personal horse. That's his ride.
Yeah.
But
Should we get the Bible out? Do we have one in the back?
wait, hold on. I understand, but there's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yes.
And there's 4 horsemen. If one of those horses is Jesus, I'm assuming Jesus isn't one of the horsemen of the apocalypse.
He is, according to this.
Wait, what?
What?
I don't.
Jesus is one of the horsemen of the apocalypse? Well, that's blasphemy.
Can we? Yeah, just.
That would be surprising. Jesus is like, hey, I'm here to end it all. It's like, whoa, Jesus.
Well, the apocalypse is the second coming. So, I mean, he'd have to. He's involved in to some capacity.
Wait a
right?
minute.
Wait a minute.
Ian, you need to clarify for us here what's going on.
I'm looking now.
Because
I forgot. I
no,
read
Jesus.
the Bible for Dummies. Should have brought that.
That's not right. The 4 horsemen are they ride for Satan, and it's a war between good and evil. That's Revelation.
Okay, so here's from Wikipedia.
Okay, thank you, Ian.
Though theologians in popular culture differ on the first horseman, the 4 riders are often seen symbolizing conquest or pestilence, and less frequently the Christ or the Antichrist, followed by war, famine, and death. So it sounds like this is a controversial topic on the white horse.
Open for interpretation.
Yes.
Well, I'll be shocked as hell if Jesus rode out with them. I'd be like, dude, you were fucking a double agent the whole time.
Well, or the Antichrist. So maybe it's, it is.
Well, I feel like there
agent.
should be a big crowbar separation between Christ and the Antichrist.
It's vague.
They're not going pony back.
Little pony
back.
Little pony lad.
God damn, this is complicated.
Well, it's a little bit. It's like the end of The Sopranos, they want to leave it up to the people.
Okay.
So then again, he's saying the artists and labels that pump out mainstream music into the world are not governed by God. They are governed by the God of this world, the prince of the power of the air, Satan. He's blatantly mocking Jesus, yet we eat up his music. 17 weeks, number 1.
4,000 likes on this.
I think people are just loving it.
They know. They know what's up. And then Mason Ramsey tweets this.
Giddy out our way.
A photo of the 4 horsemen.
Whoa, Mason.
Mason comes in and...
That's a photograph? It's pretty cool.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, so yeah, there is a white horse, a bowman.
I love that the screenshot captured exactly when the likes go up.
Yes.
There's activity going on.
Also liked by Lil Nas. I can see that's him. Nope.
Yep.
He liked one of my tweets recently.
He did?
What was your tweet?
I said he said he was on the toilet and he was
Oh yeah, I saw
said,
that.
Going number 2 while getting number 1. He liked it.
Oh, that's a good one.
That was a good one.
You. Appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
David jumped in on this. Receipt. Here's one of your own bearing witness to the words I've spoken. Good night. The Lord does not lie. I know what I discerned. So he's basically correct. He's got the evidence. There it is.
And also the likes to back it up.
The likes are there.
8,300. Giddy out our way. Damn, that's what, dude. What if that's what the horsemen said when they arrived? Giddy out our way.
They did arrive. That's them.
Lil Nas and Lil Giddy.
That's the remix. The earthquakes are coming back. This all happened during the time of this song.
Cool.
So I found one other video that I think is basically if you're not convinced that some devilish trickery is going on by now, this will confirm it 100%. It's from Faithful on YouTube. I think he's got a really compelling argument here.
0 likes, 2 dislikes, 113 views.
Major hit.
I think that this is a buried gem. I just feel like he's onto something here. So he's just posting some things he's noticed with Lil Nas that seem a bit suspicious.
He's got a cross on his ear.
He covers one eye.
He covers one eye. Okay, sure.
Now that's the thing that a lot of devilish trickery in the Hollywood Hills with that one
Here
eye.
he's touching his chin. What does this mean?
Masonic gesture.
Goat? Wait, the goat and the sun.
He's used the goat emoji, which is a symbol of Baphomet, who's kind of like the satanic figure. He's used the sun emoji as well. This one he didn't really figure out.
He didn't explain that one.
Yeah, but 2 out of 3 is still compelling.
That's over 50%.
Now he used the OK sign, which is in the shape of a 6, which is the devil's number. And
but he added, he kind of added extra meaning because there's only 1. But then he added.
But he couldn't figure out this screenshot. What is it? The black bars and the white. What's going on?
It's a little because that's irrelevant to the figuring out the truth, which as long as he demonstrates. And
motherfucker, X refers to Antichrist. Damn, you can't even write in English. Anytime you use an act, you're referencing the Antichrist.
You're supposed to skip that one over. He used this emoji too at some point.
That is damning.
Occultic skulls.
That's true.
He's using devil horns right here.
That's true.
It's all here. These are Masonic tiles. He thought he could sneak by us.
Yeah, I've never seen those before.
Like, look, right here.
I've never seen a checkered flag.
Does he think we're all blind and not going to see? This guy's wearing black and white.
That is concerning.
How is this guy related?
You know, I think...
The evidence is everywhere.
The devil horns. It's here. He's painting a picture for us. The pentagram stars on...
It's not a pentagram. There's only 5 points.
There it is, the pentagram.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is. There is. Yeah. That is. Wow.
He's got the rose.
The rose. No. I love how detailed the arrows are. Oh, these ones are good.
There's a little pentagram star. The owl is the symbol of the Illuminati.
Drake is fucked.
Oh, I thought that was Ethan Bradbury production.
Oh, that's very Illuminati.
A couple of pixels.
Yeah. So basically, you know, it just keeps going, but you get the gist.
Yeah, it's damning. The evidence is.
If you don't believe it now, look it.
Oh,
you flip the 99, it's sixes.
But it's only 2. It's not 3.
Well, it's once again 2 out of 3 is a very strong argument, in my opinion.
Cyberlink by PowerPoint.
And that's it.
All right. Wow. Well, I have to say, there's a lot to chew on.
Yeah. So what do you think? Is some suspicious activity going on?
So if you take everything as a whole.
Yes.
The eye covering. What's going on with the yes?
The Bible.
What is that?
I don't know.
You read the Bible and you have a stroke? Why are you saying yes like that?
Just please continue.
You have the covering eye.
Mm-hmm.
Concerning.
You've got 2 eyes. Why cover one?
Right. Exactly. Why would you? You've got a jersey that says 99, but when you flip that upside, it says 66. There's not 3, there's 2, and you have to flip it upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Still, I'm concerned about that as well.
Yeah, what if he puts it on upside down? Wrong way.
Right. You've also got allegations of theft. In whole, there's a lot to chew on. I'm not sure. The people are going to have to make up their own minds on this one, Ian.
Just like was Jesus on the horse? Was he one of the horsemen in the apocalypse? That was the other question.
You're going to have to make up your mind on that one as well. Because I'm not a theologian, and I couldn't possibly make a distinction there.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's it. So hopefully, Ariana Grande, please break the record. I don't want to hear this song ever again.
I think you're going to be hearing the song for many more to come. And I don't think this PowerPoint helped either, because I think people are going to go listen.
Don't do it. We got to defeat it.
Well, Ian, thank you for coming out.
Thank you. That was great.
That was a powerful PowerPoint.
Now we got to wait 10 months for the next one.
Giddy the hell out of it. Ian, what do we have here today?
We got another PowerPoint. Hot off the press.
I cannot believe it. I've been waiting for it forever.
A lot of requests for PowerPoints. Ian, how long have you been working on this project?
I've been kind of putting it together for maybe the last month or so.
And you've been working on it in secret, too. I didn't even know about this PowerPoint until relatively recently, but there's been a collab. There's just been a lot of interesting moving parts that's been going on in the shadows. So I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I had to go back and forth with somebody a little bit to put it together. So we finally just finished it, I think, this last weekend. So
what is the topic here? What are we exploring?
Well, I got a little intro to set it up, so I can play this, and then we'll go from there.
Welcome to the future.
The fuck? Holy shit, that wasn't Jay-Z, that was a robot. This is a crazy season of Westworld, dude.
This is the PowerPoint?
This is the intro, dude. What the fuck? Yeah. What does it mean? What does it all mean, Ian?
Well, we're going to get into that. The presentation is called J.I. and the March of the Musical Machines.
Wow.
And that's the topic, artificial intelligence in music. There's been some interesting things going on, so I wanted to kind of compile some of it and share it with you guys. So,
excited.
Our story begins with a rapper, a robot, and a Navy SEAL. So I don't know if you guys heard this story a few months ago. A channel by the name of Vocal Synthesis put up this video of Jay-Z rapping the Navy SEAL copy pasta. He trained a machine to mimic his voice, and then it would output whatever text he put into the machine. So if you guys want to take a listen here.
Absolutely.
The fuck did you just fucking say about me, you little bitch? What? All of you know I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids on Al-Qaeda, and I have over 300 confirmed kills. I'm trained in guerrilla warfare, and I'm the top slapper in the entire U.S. Armed Forces.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah.
But I wonder what Jay-Z thinks about this. Did he ever acknowledge this?
Actually, he did. That's actually what set off this whole thing. How I first heard about this channel. 1 day later, the video was taken off YouTube.
Oh, come on.
And there were multiple articles written about it. He issued a copyright strike.
Wow.
His
So this
team,
is a really interesting precedent here.
Yeah, it sort of opens an interesting conversation about,
who owns it?
Ownership. And I reached out to the channel, Vocal Synthesis, and he actually kind of described what happened.
This is a scoop.
In April.
Wow.
Yeah, in April, I posted 3 videos of my Jay-Z voice model rapping various texts. The next day, I received an email from YouTube that the videos had been removed due to a copyright takedown notice from Rock Nation LLC.
Wow.
When I clicked for further details, the reason stated was, this content unlawfully uses an AI to impersonate our client's voice.
Wow.
I was pretty surprised at this, since as far as I'm aware, this was the first time YouTube had removed a video for impersonating a voice using AI. I'd been posting these kind of videos for months and had not had any other videos removed for this reason. The day after the takedown, I posted about the situation on the community tab. I made a video about it as well. Thankfully, this was able to generate enough media attention that someone from YouTube looked into it and reversed the original decision. The official reason was, after viewing the DMCA takedown requests for the videos in question, we determined that they were incomplete. Pending additional information from the claimant, we have temporarily reinstated the videos.
So, wait, I have to comment on this because I don't think you can DMCA remove for that reason. DMCA is for copyright, not for impersonating AI. I feel like he has a legal standing to countersue them for damages.
So, but just in general, what do you think about the topic?
It's crazy. I never even thought about that. It's super crazy. I don't know. I think, well, first of all, there's for sure no legal precedent. So but theoretically, I mean, you shouldn't be able to just make an album that sounds exactly like Jay-Z. You know what I mean? I feel like it's like this is just one project that's kind of novel and fun and exciting.
Yeah.
But he could use this to actually make an album, especially as the technology gets better, as Jay-Z. And that's fucked up.
From Jay-Z's standpoint, though, if there isn't an option right now for AI, whatever reason for the takedown, then he probably just used whatever was available, which the closest one is the copyright.
Yeah, I don't know. They probably need to go. They need to figure out. I don't think that's what the DMCA is for. They need to figure out some other legal approach. I don't know. Although
which is YouTube obviously said no, we need more information, and then Def Jam did not pursue it further, and his videos went back up after this all happened.
Wow.
Wow. So, well, this is mind blowing.
Yeah.
It's definitely an interesting thing because obviously he could get away with parody, but as you said,
but it's his voice.
Yeah. And so there is an interesting question there.
Well, you know, there's deep fakes where they do with sex porn with someone else's face.
So
I think it's the same argument to be made there.
I guess I never thought to take it down. Like if someone made one of me, it kind of seems like you said it's almost like just funny or novel idea. But I guess it's just because that technology is new still to us.
Yes, once it gets better. Okay, let's draw it out to its like ultimate conclusion. Let's say there's VR porn, and in the VR porn, they put your face on a body, and it's indistinguishable from having sex with you.
Yeah.
It's it is you. It's not your likeness. It's you, right? So I mean, and then in the case of any musical artist, they could do the same, right? So there's definitely an interesting dialogue there.
Yeah, and actually, so I kind of looked into the developments of this technology a little bit. So I kind of chronicled it a little bit so we can have a little history lesson on the whole thing. The first musical composition made entirely by a computer, the Iliac 1, was programmed in 1957 by these two dudes, Laharon Hiller and Leonard Isaacson. It's called the Iliac Suite. So they put in a bunch of data from like famous composers, you know, Beethoven and Mozart and stuff. And they trained the machine to emulate their style and output its own score that it created.
1957?
Yeah, so this has been around a while. So obviously it couldn't generate the music itself, but it created sheet music, and then an actual set of musicians played it. So here's a little sample of it. So this was written by a computer. And this is what the computer looked like. That's the
Wait, I want to keep hearing.
Wow.
Okay.
Does it go anywhere? Yeah, let me hear this part. So how is this song received by like music critics?
I think, you know, at the time, obviously it's impressive in the world of computing, but I think it's probably viewed as kind of a novel idea or maybe a gimmick or something. I don't think you could really take it and fill up a concert hall or something. But
it worked.
Yeah, it worked, and it was definitely kind of ushering in a new way of approaching music, I think. And so that was the first piece of music composed by a computer. And then a few years later, the first singing computer was an IBM 7094, programmed in 1961 by John Kelly and Carol Lockbaum. So this is the first computer that actually made voice. And this might sound familiar. I'm not sure if any of you guys have heard this before, but I'll play a quick little bit of it.
Oh. Wow. So was Kubrick referencing that when he...
That actually inspired that scene from 2001.
Right.
With Hal that sings that song is because of this computer, which was referred to as Daisy. So that was the first computer-generated singing voice.
Wow.
In 1961.
Fascinating.
That was creepy as fuck.
Yeah, super eerie.
Keep playing
when I
it.
first heard it.
Keep playing it for me. Yeah, this I can see why this would inspire that nightmare. I hate it.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. So I asked Vocal Synthesis kind of how he did his Jay-Z voice, and he explained it to me. It's a little confusing. I don't know. If you want to read it, Ethan?
No, you read it. You're doing good, man.
First, I gather a training set consisting of transcribed audio of the speaker. Ideally, this would be at least a couple hours of clear, high-quality audio with minimal background noise. This is a somewhat tedious manual process as I have to sync up the audio with the transcript and filter out parts of the audio that are unusable for training, e.g. if there's too much background noise or multiple voices overlapping. Once the training set is constructed, I fine-tune the Tacotron 2 model. That's the name of the program that he uses, which takes 6 to 12 hours. The result of this will be a voice model where I can pass in any text sentence by sentence, and it will output audio that sounds like the voice reading that text.
This guy's some kind of genius or what? Who is this guy?
So all of this is available.
Anyone can do this.
Yeah, you can go get this like Tacotron 2. You can get the code. It's all
you just
open
transcribe,
source.
you feed it in, you call it a day.
Yeah.
It would be really easy to do it to me because I'm just talking on the podcast all day.
Right. There's hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of source material, so it would be very easy for you to have that done. If someone knows how to do it, obviously. So since the first singing computer, we've had many developments. In 1997, Sony Computer Science Laboratories Music Research Team is founded, going on to develop numerous technologies related to electronic-based music. So Sony has a whole division kind of devoted to advancing this technology. This was in 2002. It's called the Continuator, which I found kind of interesting. It's you play a piece of music. And so the computer is analyzing all this.
There's something with the audio. He's having a duet with the robot.
So it takes what you play and then it scans it and registers which notes and your pacing and your selections, and then it takes that and it continues it on.
Oh my God.
Without you. So that's been developed a lot further since then. That was kind of the first instance of that in 2002. But there's now things that you'll play some notes and it will finish out a whole song. So it's pretty interesting. And then more recently, there's this thing called Ava, created in 2016. It's the first virtual composer to be recognized by a music society based in France. Using deep learning and reinforcement learning systems, it emulates classical styles like Bach and Beethoven, scanning their works and creating new ones to be used in video games, commercials, etc.
So this technology is actually applied commercially?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so here's a little example of how it works. They describe it
So
here.
how did Ava learn to be a classical composer? It starts with a huge database of classical music that's stored in MIDI format. This means that the computer knows every note and chord that's played, including the pacing and rhythm. Using a recurrent neural network, it looks for patterns in the selected tracks to understand the basic style of the music. Ava practices by predicting what notes will come next in the track. Once it gets good at these predictions, it creates a set of rules for that style of music. It's now ready to create an original score.
So it just scans it all and through trial and error figures out all the exact patterns to make like a functioning product. And so this program, I actually have a little example of this, what it sounds like. So there's a whole, this is an hour.
That was
it just
awesome.
generates.
Keep playing it. I'm curious. I really, they say that creatives will be the last ones to lose their jobs to AI, but this proves that wrong.
Completely.
Like, why would you even pay a music? Obviously, but like it's going in the direction where you can just have an AI squirt out a cinematic tune for your movie.
And in a way, it makes me wonder, like, would it make it cheaper then?
Of course.
So it kind of like will change the whole value of things and how we see what's valuable.
You could probably be like, I didn't like that one. Do another one.
Yeah.
Where with the composer, it's like how much effort's gone into that song.
I just spent like 3 months on this.
Yeah. Let me hear some more, Ian.
Okay.
This one's called I Am AI. Wow, how very self-aware. Can you skip forward? So
It makes me wonder, like, how much does it learn? Because maybe what's special about being human is that, like, there's a little bit unpredictable, or like putting in there's something a little bit unpredictable. But then would it learn that too?
Yes.
So
I would learn that. Because I feel like everything is a pattern, right? Even like the best musicians, let's say there's something a little unpredictable or something, whatever it is they're doing, there's some kind of pattern to it. Right?
Yeah.
Is there any, what do composers think about this? Are musicians scared of this robot?
I mean, if you go down in the comments, there are a lot of people who are writing things like, I do this for a living. This does make me a little uneasy. I definitely saw a lot of that. Obviously, this is pretty new. This company, Ava, was made in 2016. But you can actually go and license Ava right now if you wanted to.
Wow.
And churn out music for your products.
Wow.
So this is a whole other application of this software. It's called Vocaloids, and it takes singing computers to new heights. A Vocaloid, like famed Japanese sensation Hatsune Miku, is a piece of software that articulates lyrics in the voice of a character. The first Vocaloid, made in 2000 by Yamaha, was originally named Daisy in reference to that original singing computer I showed you guys back from the 60s. So I'm sure you guys are already familiar with this, but this is kind of like a pop sensation in Japan that is completely, generated by a computer. And the character doesn't exist, but still sells out concerts all over the world.
This shit is so crazy. Like, look at the size of this concert. So is this a hologram or just a screen?
Yeah, it's a screen that they project. They project it onto the screen, so it kind of looks like a hologram effect.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I wonder if like the dancing is probably based on somebody's actual movements.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But then the whole like voice and the song and everything is just, I can't believe people actually go to see this. I mean, not to belittle their enjoyment. It's just surprising.
Well, this character was actually supposed to play at this year's Coachella.
Really?
Holy shit!
There was a slot for Hatsune.
How high up was she in the
I think like
leaderboard?
I think like the fourth line down.
Wow.
And because I wonder if she could play two venues at the same exact time, or if it's like a whole team dedicated to her.
Interesting question.
Because it's kind of like it kind of cheapens the experience of seeing her, right? If she's playing at other venues, like all over the world at the same time. I wonder.
I think they can blast her out though, because like technically the company that makes Hatsune, the Vocaloid, doesn't own anything that is then made with that software. We could buy this software right now if we wanted to.
Yeah, I was about to say that I've heard that people sample her voice in their own music. Like it's kind of like an open source voice.
Interesting.
I think having said that, the company, I think they put on like expos and things, and they try and be pretty involved with the whole thing, but that doesn't give them, control over the product.
And do you think that there's Hatsune Miku porn?
I mean, yeah, come on.
There's
porn
and
everything, of course.
Yeah.
But actually, what's so tantalizing about the idea of this machine for labels and things like that is then they build a big brand presence. They can license her out all over the place. There are so many commercials with Hatsune, and you don't have to worry about dealing with any talent. You just throw it around
Crazy.
whoever will pay. So I don't know if you guys have seen this. Apparently, this went viral. This Domino's
I remember.
ad.
I vaguely remember it, but I'd love to watch it.
I only saw it for the first time last night, and I was blown away. It's so funny.
Hello, everyone. I'm Scott, president of Domino's Pizza. Have you heard of Hatsune Miku? Today, I'd like to announce a new collaborative project featuring Hatsune Miku. Domino's app featuring Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku exists in a software called Vocaloid. Vocaloid enables you to produce songs. A character named Hatsune Miku sings the songs you create. A great feature is you can create songs as you like. I knew our talented Domino's Pizza crew could work together and create great Vocaloid songs.
What's with the dramatic close-up of his eyes?
Yeah, it's so strange.
I want to watch the whole thing. Yeah, I don't want to miss a moment.
Ropi, Eshi, Chokyoshi, Furitsukeshi. Everybody. Amazing Vocaloid songs have been created with the fantastic imagination of the crews from all over Japan. The challenge was successfully carried out, and this new collaborative app was produced. Based on Miku's image, the Domino's app changes its appearance. A lot of music and illustrations produced by Domino's crew are here. From the menu to the order, it looks very cute, just like Miku. Once your pizza's delivered, have some fun with Miku. It comes with a social camera function, and you can take various poses, pictures of Miku. Very cool. And last but not least, the live performance. Start the pizza stage live and point the camera towards the pizza box, and the pizza box will turn into a live dancing venue. A live performance of Love for Night, produced by Domino's crew. Here we go!
Dude, what? That shit is so crazy.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
It's kind of an epic collab.
It is an epic collab, but it's like, it's so dystopian and weird.
I mean, their app looks a lot more fun to use with the all the custom.
Give me any reason to buy a pie.
When you go on YouTube and you can look up Hatsune Miku commercial compilations, and she's just been licensed out to everything.
Wow.
So it's perfect. So then here's another. We're getting near the end of it here, but this is another company called Jukebox AI that Vocal Synthesis actually told me to check out. It's backed by Microsoft, and it was recently started up in San Francisco. It evolves the whole process of generated music even further. And I got a couple audio samples from their website here. So this is country in the style of Alan Jackson. And what this system does is you just insert thousands and thousands of hours of musical data from all genres, just all over the place. And it can take it, and even the voice of people. So they tell them Alan Jackson and we want country. And it creates a whole new song with lyrics that has never existed before, sung by Alan Jackson. So it builds a whole new song, and you just hear this. This didn't exist until the software produced it.
You know it's gonna be alright. Let the dark moon spread away. And you gotta feel the same.
It's a little fucked up, but
just as long as I ain't there, I'll be there in your life. I'll be there when
that's gonna kind of make you feel like an idiot as an artist. You're like, yeah, the robot's like, yeah, I get you. I can do that shit.
Yeah, the voice is a little warbly because, but it wrote the lyrics. It created the musical composition, how the lyrics were sung, just taking information from Alan The audio is a little off, but this is fairly new technology. This was posted 4 months ago. So you have to just expand it out in like 10, 15 years. You could just pop out an Alan Jackson album.
Yeah, when artists are gone, you can have robots making new music for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and they can put in like, oh, we want kind of like a disco Alan Jackson album, and then it could do it.
Do we have
that? They haven't posted that yet, but it's a possibility. Here's another example: classic pop in the style of Frank Sinatra.
Whoa.
It's Christmas time and you know what that means. Oh, the touch-up time. As I like the tree this year, will be in a tub. Oh, the touch-up time. It's Christmas time.
It's super creepy, dude.
That is by far the most unsettling.
It's so creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty unsettling, right?
Yeah.
I know. I wonder if it means that, like, as a listener, if you had like a weird fantasy, like I'd want to hear Michael Jackson rap, then you would be able to just request that.
Probably.
Or like artists that never coexisted collaborating or something. Jimi Hendrix does a guitar solo with Kurt Cobain or something.
Right.
That's something, though, that they actually have described on their site is we can pick any genre, pick any artist, and do kind of like a what if scenario.
Yeah.
So, and then they have all these things where they finish songs. You can find them on YouTube if you search like OpenAI finished song, like someone did like a Smash Mouth one, where they give it the first 20 seconds and then the AI makes the end. And it sounds like a new song. Obviously, I didn't include it because copyrighted music, but no, there's a whole wormhole of this stuff. It's so interesting.
Is this channel Jukebox AI popular? These tracks have a lot of listens?
I mean, not as much as you'd think for something like this, because it's still that warbly voice. It's not like as polished. Once they hit that point, maybe this is a song that you'd want to listen to. So we'll see. But combined with all the developments we've seen in the Jay-Z deepfake Navy SEAL incident that began our story, hologram tours such as the Whitney Houston experience start to raise some interesting questions regarding the future of music and ownership of an artist's identity. So I'm sure you've heard of these like hologram tours that have started to become a thing. This was the most recent one that was actually going right before lockdown at the beginning of this year with Whitney Houston. And when you look at something like this is a concert from back in, I think, January or February that people all attended with Whitney Houston. Her estate signed off on it. So this hologram was just touring the U.S. Now, if you take this...
Oh, those are real dancers on either side of her. What the fuck?
And there's a full band, but then she is a hologram.
Oh, my God. What? That's a weird gig as a dancer. Look at them. They're dancing with a ghost.
So if you'd like to imagine, jump forward a decade from now, you take this, you combine it with OpenAI jukebox technology, you can go, I want like a brand new Tupac album, and he's going to tour it,
That's weird. I wonder if that will ever be kind of accepted.
I mean, you look at something like this, it's got a full house. These tours pretty successful. There's like a Roy Orbison one. There's been a couple. There's a couple companies that this is what they specialize in now.
So are these just, how are they producing these holograms? These are her old performances that were recorded and they just blast her onto the
and then they take old recordings of her music, and I think they might actually do something where
it's like
they take her
loop.
face and they put it on a body at times.
Right. They've done that, like, for example, when actors die during the production of movies recently.
Yeah. So pretty creepy stuff.
Yeah, that's wild. You think that a robot could replace me?
I would have never thought so, but this is kind of showing that.
Have I already been replaced? How do I know? Am I real?
Oh, I mean, hypothetically, we could swap you out. The H3 podcast could go on for hundreds of years. We have enough data.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of data. I mean, well...
So with the AI, you still get into, like, hot water? Like, would you still fuck up sometimes?
I mean, it's part of the pattern, right? AI, me
It's
would
in the
still...
algorithm. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know if you could be replaced, but I don't know, maybe one of us.
Oh, yeah, you guys for sure. That's not even a question. Just sit here with a bunch of robots.
So this kind of brings us to the end of the presentation, and we got one final message that I've got here to share with you guys to wrap it all up. So I think you'll get a kick out of this.
You're listening to the HP podcast, where we got on the scene. Could be Papa Shoe Nice or Bill Delphine. We talking front wipe or back wipe. What you gonna do with me then, and the whole damn crew. Goose and gaps with all the guests you'll see. The best podcast in the world, take it from me, JC. HP baby, we podcasting now. You're watching H to the 3. 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 Might drink some mayo while the incest on the sleep. Shredder will start barking, more freighters acting sweet. We'll do the real raw ritual with more and ET. Share a laugh with the real GLC outlaw, Jimmy Lee. They said we wouldn't come back, but we always do. Rise from the ashes like the phoenix on the flex back to 2. You're watching H to the 3. 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 I'm out.
Wow. Jay-Z. Are we going to get sued?
Oh my God.
Wow. That's got to be kind of a fantasy for you, Ian, as such a fan of hip hop, to have.
I had a little bit of chills.
You got chills?
I did.
Dude, because Jay-Z just wrote a song for us.
Yeah.
That's got to be like you just wrote a Jay-Z song, Ian.
Yeah, it's too bad no one will see it because Rock Nation is going to take this shit down.
Yeah, they're going to sue us.
And so yeah, that's the end. That's the end of the presentation.
Oh my God. Hey, Dada.
Dude, that song is amazing. I would make that
amazing.
I would make that our theme song, but I'm afraid they'll like take down every episode we use it in, you know? You heard about that? Wow. Tell me about the process of making that song.
Yeah, so I got to give a huge shout out to Vocal Synthesis on YouTube, who started this whole thing.
Vocal Synthesis.
Go check him out. He's got so many of these voices over there. He's got Trump. He's got
I have to
Kanye.
look.
He's got Bernie Sanders. He's got so many people. So
I wonder because we're looking for someone to do impressions for the show. I wonder if he could have a robot do impressions.
Oh.
But I wonder if he types in something real fast. Yeah, but I wonder if you could really have a conversation. You know.
I see what you mean. Like on the go.
It kind of
Needs to be pre-planned.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ian, but yeah, it kind of has to be pre-scripted because there's a bit of a process to generate all these little sound bites.
Yeah, it takes a lot of hours of data entry and training the system to recognize the voice pattern.
So you just wrote the lyrics, you gave it to him to churn out and Jay-Z voice. And how'd you do the singing picture?
So that I found an app that it's like it maps your face like an emoji, you know, like iPhone's an emoji thing. So I had to point the camera at my face and then I did the whole song, mapped it to Jay-Z's face.
Wow.
But yeah, no, I gave him the lyrics and he was down. Took him a few days and then he sent it to me. Then I sent it to Zach and Zach made the instrumental.
Yo, you made the instrumental, Zach?
No way.
That was me. Whoa! An H3 Crew original.
Oh
Wait,
my
how
God.
did you... So, Zach, you made the music to the lyrics?
Yeah. So, I mean, this is Ian's thing. This is totally Ian's thing. But he sent me the AI lyrics, and there were multiple sets. And Ian's like, make a Jay-Z style beat, and I did. With the drums, the bass, and piano.
Dude, you guys, that was so impressive.
Seriously.
That song was
I feel like I've been under a human experience right now, or experiment.
Yeah.
Because like I knew it was fake and there's no meaning in it, but I still feel like
Jay-Z wrote a song for us.
Yeah.
But the music was sick as well. Wow, I'm impressed. Good job, everyone. I got to say, like, ultimately, while you did a fantastic job, Ian, and I'm super impressed, I do wonder if I could replace you with a robot. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I don't think you'd want to do
It seems like the technology is there.
I mean, like, hypothetically, I suppose.
Yeah.
But we'd never want to use that technology.
No, I would never want to.
Yeah.
I would never want to.
You sure you want me to look into it a little bit? I can do a little Googling.
Yeah. Yeah, we better just look into it.
Okay.
It's cost saving, This probably doesn't sleepwalk and
I'll
all
check it
that.
out.
Yeah. Wow, great job.
That was amazing.
Ian, Zach. And what's the other channel's name?
Vocal synthesis.
Vocal synthesis. Well, Ian, another PowerPoint.
Ian,
and
correct
the
me if I'm
books.
wrong. When you first set out on this, you actually asked the dude how difficult it would be to make one of Ethan, right?
Oh, I was kind of expecting that to happen. I was like,
I did originally. That was my first thing, but as mentioned, it takes a lot of work.
Like an enormous amount of work to train.
Yeah, to analyze it all.
He already had Jay-Z. Yeah,
I love that it was Jay-Z because I don't know. I
way
used
cooler.
to listen to his stuff a lot, so it's kind of like whoa.
Well, in a way, Jay-Z's cooler because I could make a song about the show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's not as
Jay-Z's not
special.
gonna. Yeah.
No, I'm glad too because that was kind of the whole impetus for the entire thing was that original Jay-Z copyright takedown.
Yeah.
So
Full circle.
yeah.
Wow.
No, it was great.
Great work, guys. This is what the podcast
This
is all
was worth
about.
the wait. We waited, and it was worth it.
Well, you may have just outsourced yourself out of a job, performed yourself out of a job. But anyway, thank you, Ian. Thank you, Zach. Thank you, everybody involved. That was such a fun ride. Thank you, guys. Go ahead, Ian.
All right.
Okay.
Hello.
Or should I say bonjour?
Bonjour.
That I've been practicing. That translates to hello in case you guys missed.
Bonjour.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
pack your baguettes, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to France. And there's I made that little baguettes in a suitcase, little flair.
Wow.
But not just a trip to Paris because it's kind of boring. It's what everyone does. It's snooze,
True.
right?
Obvious.
We're going
Photoshop.
south. Okay, we're heading down the coast, the Côte d'Azur, or AKA the French Riviera. Okay,
I like that.
French Riviera. It's very beautiful. It's very scenic.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a 5-step plan on how to pull this off. Right, this is a little first class shot. Step 1, first class flight to Nice. It's pronounced Nice. I googled that. The second largest airport in France. Ice cold Coca-Cola, TV, entertainment, pretzels. You know how it goes. The vibes are immaculate. I took that photo last time I was on a plane because I was just so happy about that complimentary Coke. It hits unlike any other Coke in the world, really. That mile
Something
high
about
Coke.
the pressure.
Yeah.
The air pressure.
It does something.
Yeah.
Was it the little can?
No, it was they gave me the full size. I was, they knew I was a high roller. Okay, step 2. We get off at Nice. We relax, beautiful 5-star hotel right on the water. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of them I found. It looks very gorgeous. That's the view of the room, very like Marie Antoinette vibes in there. Step 3, after a day or two of pampering, we take the 30-minute trip up the coast to Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
We hang out for a day, we see the sights, this and that. Once again, luxury hotel, you guys.
Oui, oui.
Oui, right? Monsieur, mademoiselle, enchanté. The vibe.
Shredder went behind the set wall.
Mm-hmm.
We lost the dog.
They're up to no good there.
Is Lena here? Where's Lena?
Where she went?
Lena? Can you grab... Shredder went behind the set wall.
Yeah, I don't want him to go potty there or something. He's coming out.
Can you check Discord, Lena?
Oh, there he is.
Shredder's like, what the hell did I do?
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, that's one of the hotels in Monaco. It's right on the ocean.
Beautiful, beautiful.
It's fine. Step 4, the following day we all rent Bugattis.
Ooh.
Right? This is I added this after Love told me what he's doing. We don't have to rent Bugatti.
You're just trying to sink some money.
I was trying to say he threw me off a little. I thought I was going too cheap. I'd love to rent like a comedians in cars getting coffee, tiny little toy car to cruise around as well. That would be very nice. We drive that. Now this is potentially flexible depending on how the group is feeling. We could either go south, stay in France, or we could go up the coast to Italy, up to Genoa, where there's beautiful, Italian food, Italian seaside towns. Or we do the really bougie option where we drive down through Cannes, where the celebrities are, Cannes. And then we go step 5 down, the final step. We cruise past Cannes, landing in beautiful Saint-Tropez, France, Sacre Bleu, Beautiful seaside once again. We hit the town, we eat, we swim, très bien. You know how it goes, right? We walk around. That's a hotel on the right, 5-star hotel, of course. From there, we fly back to the beautiful place we call home, Los Angeles, United States. I'll be so relieved to go back there, obviously, after that excursion. That's it. There you go.
Oh my God.